Even though Rad may not be here, let's let that run. Let's get ourselves situated. We're gonna treat this like as if this was just a normal video. But I don't feel like making a video, man. There wasn't enough practice today to make a video, man. I'm tired, man. So we just gonna chat. We just gonna talk. I'm gonna let this run until it hits, the 1 minute thing. And then I'll take it off for just like 10 seconds while these people are popping in. Oh, yeah. We got the beat. Where's the raps? Come on, man. You can't put me on the spot like that. Look, I'm gonna disappoint you if we try to do that. That's what I'll say. I'll disappoint you. Okay, let's get this thing off the screen. Because it does say Dose and Rad. And we may not have Rad today. We'll see. I did text him. He liked my text. Is that like a new feature now where you can like I think it's been there for a little bit, but the whole liking text, it's good. It's good, but I know for me personally, sometimes I use it as one of those things where it's like, hey, I like the text. So like, okay, it's like good acknowledgement. It's better than just leaving it on red. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't really maybe know how to answer or maybe even want to answer this. So I'm just going to like the text. Sorry, that's me. All right. But anyway, let me turn down this beat because this is going to get annoying if I have it too loud. Chat, how we doing, man? Wake up, Brad. I know he's working today, I think. So I think that's where he's at. So we'll see, though. I did text him. I sent him the link. So, like I said, he liked my text. So if he can hop on, I'm sure he will. We'll see how long we're going. He might be driving. That's, you're probably exactly right. That makes sense. So that's probably what's happening. With that being said, though, if he does pop in, he'll pop in and, we'll chat it up. But this is gonna be a chill video. I was gonna ask this actually, but John kind of stole the thunder. And before we get into this, is anybody planning to go to the Family Fest on Saturday? Anybody in the chat planning to go to the Family Fest on Saturday? I'm reading that it looks like it's going to rain tomorrow and thunderstorms. And for me, man, I had this happen last year. So I'm prepared now. Okay. I hear like there could be rain. I'm seeing it starting to rain. Look, I ain't driving up there. Last year I drove up there. And if you guys remember, I did a stream from the car because they did not practice. So I don't want to do that. Too long of a drive for that. So we'll just, I'll keep an eye on that. I may not be going up tomorrow because they'll move it inside and we won't be able to see it anyways. They'll just send us home. And Friday is season ticket members only. So I won't be at that one. Rad. So what you're saying is Rad left you on red. I ain't saying nothing. I just, I'm just putting it out there what's possible. What's possible. Let me see the chat. Let me see the chat. Man, it's popping. Y'all popping early. Let's get this thing rolling, man. Shout out to John. Oh, Johnny left some long comments in here. Let me check those out real quick. He says, sweet, you've been catching up on your Madden skills because I'm slacking. No, I'm slacking big time. I still got that surprise for you and Dose of Dan on the gaming channel if we run into each other. Give it to you after the Fan Fest. Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. I got to run into you there. So that's the plan. Is I'm planning to be there. That's why I asked that question. What's up, Roaring 87? Munch. My man Munch. It's been a minute. Eltonio. Giovanni. So who's our starting kicker? All right. We'll jump right into it then. And I have some notes that I'm going to hit on just kind of to make a video format. And then I'll answer questions or whatever you guys got. Just from what I've seen so far. Because I'm sure there's things that I've seen that I did not put in videos. And that, if you bring up something, maybe to be like, oh, I remember this happening. But starting kicker right now really does seem to be up for grabs because it almost seems like at one point I'm like, it looks like Austin Seibert's in the lead, but I really struggle to believe that. It seems like it's completely up for grabs at this point. I would, if I had to bet after what I've seen right now, I would think they'd go with Riley Patterson, but I really don't think there's like a, there's like a tell of, oh, it's probably this guy because it just seems to be, like they rotate. I think the last practice that I was at to end the practice, they had Austin Cyber go out there and he kicked it and he made it and he made all the kicks that day. The other day was Riley Patterson. So it seems to be kind of a rotating thing right now. Anthony, what's going on, Anthony? Got the beat. Where's her at? I already read that. I really want it to be Patterson. Riley Patterson's cool, man. Riley Patterson's a good dude. Yeah. I mean, look, and here's the thing. I didn't actually see the kick, but to hear that he made a 50-plus yard field goal. All right. We can work with that. If he can make a 50-plus yard field goal, and I'm not saying, look, he's not going to make them all, but if I have just the confidence that I can put him out there on a 52-yard field goal instead of saying, we got to go for it. Oh, we got to punt it. I'm good with that. That's enough leg for me, man. That's all I need. That's all I need. I know you're not Matt Prater. It's cool. That's cool. Let me see. I can smell the cut grass and grilled burger. I can't English. Yeah. Yeah, it's that time. It's that time. And that's the best time, too. That cut grass, different. That's different. Maybe they should make, the Sensi's cut grass. It might not sell. No, that's. You could try it. I don't know. Maybe someone's probably has tried that. Someone's probably done that. Like, hey, grilled burgers, plug it in. Your room will smell like burgers. Now that probably gets old after like a solid 2 minutes. Okay, let's stop this. And then you can't. Yeah, okay, never mind. Bad idea. Anyway, is there any days you can go without a season pass? Yes, absolutely. So tomorrow, yes, you can. I just don't know because of the weather. So make sure you check the weather if you plan on going before, because if it does rain and they have to go inside. And I think in rain, they do go inside. I don't think they stay outside, even if it's not thunderstorm, if it's just rain. So check that. And next week, I think 2 of the 3 days, they go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I think 2 of those 3 days, I think it's Monday, Tuesday. They're both open to the public. So those are the days that you can go if you don't have like any season ticket members. But for the most part, yeah, it's pretty open. It's just Friday and I think Wednesday next week that's not. And then, of course, Saturday is Family Fest, and anybody's open to that. You just have to get tickets. There's going to be tickets. I pretty much can guarantee you there will be tickets. Every time I go there, it's pretty much empty. Not empty, but there's a lot of seats open. You can get tickets, and they're free. So all you got to do is just get them. That way you can get entry. And that's Saturday at like 11:30 in Ford Field. What's up? What's up, Munch? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Went to the Ribs Fest last month. Good Lord, is freaking good. Someone told me about that. Someone told me about the Ribs Fest. I don't know what that is, but someone told me about that. Don't know who it was, though. I don't know. Al, what's up, What's up, Al? How you doing, man? Dr. Detroit, my man. What's going on, man? Hey, I gave you that shout out, man. I appreciate you. 150 yards. Get you confident. Do you see? Hey, that's all I need. That's all I need, man. Do you see people to make it for the roster? See, this is interesting. And you know what? Let's get into this. Cut grass, scented candle. That's what I'm saying. Fresh cut grass is. See? Now, I don't know. Maybe it does get old, but I don't think it does. I think you could rock with that for a few hours. Crazy stat NFL Network was Lions lost 9 games, 1 score less last year. Gosh, man. Oh. And you know what's even crazier is like some of those games that weren't 1 score. Think about it. LA, Chicago. I'm just saying. Anyway, let me get to some of the news, and then we'll come back and we'll kind of get into it. Psycho Billy Demon. Okay. I mean, oh, you do have a picture. Okay, on here it wasn't showing up. You got the Lions though. I see you. Okay. Oh my God, what's going on, man? What up, Nose? Hey, what up, Ken? How's Okuda doing? Yeah, so this is hopefully what I'm going to start focusing more on next week, because I've been trying to watch Trenches a little bit more. But with that said, I think what's great about Okuda is, to me, he just looks, he doesn't look like he's rehab. Like, he looks healthy. He looks healthy in terms of movement. Now, it's a little bit tough to gauge that, because I don't think he looks like he's standing out amongst the rest in terms of movement, which is probably a good thing. But he does look healthy. Like, he doesn't seem to be hampered on the field. I haven't really seen him make tons of plays on the football at the catch point, and that's the area where I really want to see improvement just on his film. But his movement skills seem to be there. I think the recovery speed was always okay. It was always solid. It was never like elite. And you see that where certain occasions, certain crossers, certain drays can get him into trouble. So I think the biggest thing I was looking for was health, because when I look at him, I see a guy that, look, he's got all these talents and athleticism. He just needs to put together some of these little pieces of his game. And that'll be something that we will see in the first preseason game for sure, because of the development that Aubrey's going to have to make with him. But he looks like he moves fine. He looks good. Like, I mean, I remember the first time I saw him at OTAs, I was like, he does stand out in just terms of his build. I mean, he is a unique cornerback, and you can see why he was drafted so high. So with that being said, attitude is the theme. We might have to play that Jamal clip if it's not copyrighted. That thing is absolutely fire. Let me pull up some of these. Oh gosh, I almost X'd out of it. Let me pull up some of these participation lists and stuff. Oh my God, with the fit. Wait, do I have a clip I can play? We need to play a clip for that. Can we do something for that? Oh my gosh. All right. Hold up. Do I have a clip? All right, I'm gonna play this, but you're not. This is.
You're tripping.
It's Loop League. I'm sorry. It's stupid. Can we get some birthday cakes in the chat for my man? It's good to see you back in the chat, man. But look at that. You can't just come back in the chat. You got to come in with a bang and just comment D-line. D-line. We're going to talk about D-line. We will talk about D-line, because I'm with you. That has been the position I've been focused on. And there's a guy dealing with an injury right now that I didn't know about until figuring it out after practice today, which is weird because I asked Mike about it and he didn't know either. But now we figured it out after practice. So shout out to my man. We put some birthday cakes in the chat. I appreciate you, man. With that said, I'm going to come back to that defensive line right after we go through this and while we're going through this, because I'm hyped about the D-line as well. So let me share the screen. You know how we do. You know how we do with Canva. I'm not the biggest StreamYard guy because the setup is strange. But it's the only way I can get other people in here. So I'm doing it just in case Rad pops in. All right, so here we go. I want to show this. I show this in every video. Man, that's crazy. I appreciate you, man. I show this in every video, so I do want to show this. Just a couple updates. The top remains the same with Josh Pascal, Jason Kabinda, Jerry Jacobs. Romeo Quora got a little update, and that's at the bottom. I don't know if you can see my mouse or not. I might just be moving it, but it says Romeo Quora moving, running, and taking mental reps. So Romeo Quora did a presser after practice today. And he talked about, I mean, it sounded like they didn't really have a timetable on when he was going to return, but he said that he is running right now. He is moving around. He's taking a lot of mental reps off to the side, and he's staying engaged. And right now it's just, like all the players say, they're recovering from an injury like this. He's never had an injury like this long-term type of injury. So for him, it's more of the mental side than really the physical side, because it kind of just is what it is right now physically for Romeo Quora in his recovery. So it doesn't seem like we have an exact timetable when he's coming back, but to hear that he is running around, at least is some sort of optimistic update that we can get, because, I mean, we literally have heard nothing about Romeo Quora, and that's something. That's something. So that's the little update that we have there. Then we also have CJ Moore is still, running after. I put running after practice. He's just moving around and stuff. So again, I think he's close. And if Romeo's that close, it doesn't seem like he'd be ready week 1, because they didn't really have a, here's one. But he may not be that far out. Now, Quintez Cephas, we discussed this yesterday. He went down with an injury. And shout out to new member. I missed that. I apologize. Trey Adams, my man Trey Adams. Oh, my man Trey, I see you. Okay, appreciate you, man. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate the support. I always see you in here, Trey. So Quintez Cephas is optimistic, and what they're saying with Quintez, and by the way, we're going to do a members chat live stream soon, so make sure you hop on that. With that said, though, Quintez Cephas, they said they're optimistic that after they got the image back of the injury that he was dealing with, they're optimistic that maybe it's not as bad as they originally thought. So that's good news. Now, they did go out and sign a receiver. I see you with the birthday cake, so I appreciate that. He did go out and sign a receiver, and we're going to discuss that. But I mean, it's good news, because I mean, I heard the injury. Everybody's telling me, he went up, made a really tough catch on Okuda, fell hard, fell on his leg. He needed to get help off by the trainers. He didn't use the cart, but he needed help. He wasn't putting a lot of weight on it, but it sounds like right now they're optimistic that it's not going to be something that's like super long-term with him. So we'll see where that's at, because I remember today when I got there at practice, I was like, because I didn't see the pressers yet for Dan Campbell. And I was like, man, this means Benson's probably making the team, right? Because if Cephas comes on as some sort of list and he can't play, he's not, and they want to open up the roster spot, Benson's probably, I would think, the next guy, but then I can't forget about Cleo Pimpleton. But with that said, maybe he's back by then. I mean, we don't have an exact answer, but they're optimistic. James Mitchell still kind of ramping it up. Today was tough because these guys that are ramping it up, CJ Moore, James Mitchell, Devin Funchess, they weren't really involved that much because they just walked through today. Today, if you don't know, was a very short practice. It went about an hour, 15 minutes. They didn't do any sort of like up tempo. There was no pads on. It was all walkthrough. So that's all today was. So you can't really judge like, James Mitchell, he started getting going. They're trying to get him in 11-11s, but they walk through. Tomorrow they're saying pads, but again, that may not be there because they may have to go inside because of weather. Ali McNeil, good update there. He did go down for a few plays, but they said that he's good, and he ended up returning. We talked about Romeo. This is the roster move that has Greg Bell. And I really, this hurt to see this, I mean, to hear that Greg Bell was waived injured, that's devastating, man. It's absolutely devastating to hear that happen with Greg Bell, because I don't know. I mean, look, I started to like him. I really did. I started to really like his film, just keep watching back, and I understood the competition. I understood it was going to be tough, but like we said at the time, this is not some way that you want to go out, and the Lions actually waived him injured. So he's no longer with the Detroit Lions. That's super, super unfortunate. He's missed a lot of practice time. And the thing is that's the problem. It's like, yeah, you want to be like, well, it's just an injury. We can't really cut him because of an injury. But it's like, yeah, but he's not practicing. So how can we put him above this guy and that guy? Because, you have to trim down the roster and there's other pieces you want to keep. So they ended up making this decision. They ended up signing a receiver. We'll see, though. Maybe he could end up back with us at some point, depending on how this all ends up shaking out. I'm sure they still have him on the radar. But remember, they signed Justin Jackson, and he was immediately there. Now, to me, Justin Jackson didn't really pop in any area. I mean, pass protection, he looked solid. But he was there, and he was at the bottom of the depth chart. which is kind of where Greg Bell was. So they already have him in the building. They went out and signed Maurice Alexander, which if you don't know, because it's kind of hard to find who is this guy. Maurice Alexander last year was USFL player for the Philadelphia Stars. A little bit of a shorter wide receiver, 5'10", like 5'11", 180. But what stuck out to me, and I know I'm kind of rambling here, but I just want to hit these points before we get back to the questions. Maurice Alexander, what stood out to me about this guy is that he was and I know this sounds weird. I heard it the first time and I was like, what the heck is that, right? I mean, what does that mean? He was an all USFL kick returner last season. So I guess that was a thing. USFL is back now. And last season, statistically, in USFL, he had 784 kick return yards, which was 31.5 per kick return. That's incredible. And he also averaged 12.6 yards per punt return for 164 yards. Both of those are very good stat lines. Now, it's hard to compare it to NFL stats, but if you compare it to what Godwin did, who was a good kick returner for his last year, he averaged 24.9. So you're saying this guy averaged about six yards more per kick return and about a yard more per punt return. Now, with Cleo Raymond, he was a top 10 punt returner, so I don't think that's going to change. And Khalil Pimpleton, to me, would probably be the second option anyway. But it does make me think a little bit about the Godwin situation. Is Godwin a guy that, because Jamar Jefferson, who's been getting some love from Dan Campbell, that they're kind of starting to sway that way. And now they're like, hey, let's get a little more competition, because if Godwin doesn't make the team, now you have to figure out where is our next kick returner. Is it Khalil or Pimpleton? Well, Pimpleton doesn't make the team. Now, who's your kick returner? Is it Mike Hughes? I mean, I haven't even seen him taking reps there. So they may still be in play for that. But then, of course, this guy would have to make the team to be kick returner. So I don't know what's happening. It's just something to keep an eye on. Maybe I'm looking too much into it. But statistically speaking, this is a Florida International player, and he just switched from quarterback. He was a quarterback going in, switched from quarterback, so his statistics really aren't crazy. I mean, his biggest receiving season was like 40 receptions. He averaged about 3 receptions per game in the 2 seasons that he was like a receiver for them. But he has been added to the roster, filling out the roster. And finally, the last 2 that I want to hit on, and we'll wrap this up, is Levi and Tj Hawkinson, because I asked Mike today, and I'm like, bro, I haven't seen Levi at all. I mean, I'm watching, and I'm like, I really have not noticed Levi. Well, apparently he was injured. And I guess banged up is what Dan Campbell said. I don't know what happened, but he was banged up. And now they're saying that, they didn't see him. So they didn't see him yesterday. I didn't see him today either. But Dan Campbell said they're just being smart with him. So hopefully it's nothing serious, because we know Levi missed a lot of time last training camp, and it probably messed up some of his growth, and we need to get him out there. I mean, it's just simple as that. So I haven't seen him in the last 2 days, which meant that there was a lot of Michael Brockers, which I kind of anticipate anyway, but not having Pascal, you don't want to have these injuries. Look out for Jayshon Cornell as well. But right now, when they go 4 linemen without him, it is Ali McNeil, Michael Brockers, Aiden Hutchinson, and Charles Harris. It's usually the 4 on early downs. Sub downs, they put Julian in there sometimes. And then Hawkinson, they said he was also banged up, but he was at practice today. He was giving out autographs. You probably saw the clip on Twitter. He was giving out autographs. He was at practice. So I'm just not sure where Levi's at, but he didn't make it serious. He sounded like, it's just he's banged up, so we're just being smart with him. Well, hopefully that is the case. So just wanted to run through that news. I know there's a lot to hit on, but I wanted to hit on that just before we got really into this thing and just update what's happening. I know I missed a lot of comments, so let me pull back a little bit. If I missed your comment, just put it back in there if there's something that you can't believe Leroy let Romeo interview like that. Okay. All right. At first, I read that. I'm like, who's Leroy? Okay. No, I see you. Yeah. Josh Pascal still scares me. I mean, what is our second round curse with picks? Yeah, that's very true. You know what? That's true. Someone's got to break it. Someone has to. And to hear this with Pascal's terrible. I'm still optimistic because they said he already had a surgery, but there's really been no updates there either. Sounds like he's not coming into the season. He may not be, ready for the season start, but I'm not going to project that far out because I just don't know where he's at along with that process. But again, that's why I think Jayshon Cornell could be a big part early. Michael Brockers is going to be a big part early. Those 2 guys, and we'll see where Levi's at. But getting Levi back is very important. Very important. It's a good thing we re-signed guys like Charles Harris this offseason. Remember Joey Harrington? I do remember Joey Harrington. You know what, though? I didn't really remember watching him play, man. He's a little bit before me. But I think I had it. Maybe it was me. Someone had a Joey Harrington jersey. And I think we had a picture with Joey Harrington on it. It was like Lions player. I don't know what year it was. I mean, I'm sure they were terrible, but, they had that. Okay, let's bring out the bowl stirring spoon and the brooms. Okay, I see you. I got you, man. Appreciate you, Trey. Romeo talked today at the presser. He sounds like he's pretty motivated. Yes. How does it feel? How does it work tomorrow if it's raining? Yes. So that's the thing. They'll go inside. From what I know last year, they didn't even stay outside. They just go in and they're like, hey, fans, It's just they just don't, and I don't think that was with Lightning. They just kind of like, hey, you know, you got to go. I mean, they're going inside. They're not going to let fans inside. At least they didn't last year, so maybe they changed up this year. But the good thing is that I think if you're somewhat local, check Twitter before practice. Keep refreshing if it is raining, because they'll usually put on there, hey, there's practice going to be inside today. That's what they did last year. So if you're somewhat local, do that. This team is starting to get exciting. No, it is getting exciting. It is. Super Bowl or bust. Okay, I mean, I'm not mad at the hey, set your expectation high, man. Why not? But okay. Can fans? Yeah, see, that's the thing. They didn't let him in last year. Cora, Hutch, McNeil, and Harris sounds pretty interesting. It is, and you know what I've really liked is when they go sub, the way they're utilizing Hutch. What I like about Aaron Glenn is he's not forcing Hutchinson to be this one thing. And I think, you know, what can happen is that you get a guy that high, and, you know, certain positions go at certain spots. So you kind of feel like, oh, we got to put him here because he's this. But he's like, look, man, he doesn't. Why? You know, if that's not where I'm going to get the best. So he's not like forcing him into certain spots, because it doesn't seem like, as of now, we'll see how this goes and how they start to utilize him. But it seems like right now they're just like matchups. Let's just keep moving him around. And I love the idea of lining him over a tackle or, you know, over a guard. I love that on pass downs, and putting Julian next to him, because when Romeo gets healthy, that's probably going to be Romeo. And you get that more speed edge rusher on the outside, allowing him to work against guards. I mean, he killed guards. So if you get effectiveness out of an edge rusher that can beat a tackle, it allows you to push Hutchinson more inside, which I think is the hope. That's the hope. And then Charles usually plays opposite. But actually here's what'll probably happen. I don't know how they'll do it, but they'll probably put Charles, Romeo, and Hutch on the field. And again, you can put Hutch on the inside, because the thing is, once you put a guy on the inside, you really can't help. Like, you can't put a tight end or a running back there. If you do that, you know, they're going to have to try to come up and help, and that's going to leave an edge. So there's not a lot of support you can give there. Your guys, you can either slide, they can try to slide protection, but now you're giving the other guy a one-on-one. So it makes it a really tough matchup, man. And the thing is like, if you don't have edge rushers, you could force Hutchinson to happen to be this. But if you do have guys that can win on the edge, now all of a sudden you can let him work in the inside. And maybe when Pascal's healthy, they'll push him back outside. I don't know, but I think he could win a lot of different areas. Have y'all had a Detroit Lions Super Bowl dream in the cold yet? In the cold? What is like the? I don't know if I've had a Super Bowl dream. I've had dreams of Lions games. I've had, you know what, I usually get them the day before the Lions game. Like, I remember, I think it was last year, right before I'd go, I'd have a dream like, oh, we lost. They were terrible. Then I was like, oh man, I gotta make a video about this. Then I wake up. Yeah. Super Bowl Eagle in California. Not cold there. Is that where it is? USFL Michigan team gotta get it together. They do. We kind of hopped off that train. I think if they were better, we would have stayed on a little bit more. Other news: Tom Brady's 45th birthday. Allegedly, he's 45. Happy birthday, Tom Brady! Hey, I saw that today. I'm like, this dude's 45. Just seeing the number is crazy. What's this dude 45? All right, my good. Hold up. It's nuts. Would you say this offense is the best offense Goff has had around him in his career? Oh, that's a good question. And if so, is this the year we find out what Goff is made of? No, that's a loaded question, but it's a good question. I think it would be hard for me to say this is the best offense. No, it's clearly better than last year. But to say it's the best offense, I think it'd be tough, because then I'd have to put it above that 2018 supporting cast, which I don't think their offensive line was better than our offensive line. But they did have Todd Gurley, who was absolutely crazy that year. I mean, I think he was averaging over 5 yards a carry. I mean, they had by far the best rushing attack. I think Malcolm Brown was his backup at the time. So they had that. Pass protection, their O-line was a little bit worse. And they had some weapons that in 2018 became proven, because 2017 they weren't proven. Remember, because they had a lot of new pieces. Cooper Kupp was a rookie. They brought in Josh Reynolds that year as well. They brought in, I think, Gerald Everett that year. They brought in the guy from the Bills, Robert Woods. So there was a lot of like new pieces, but then at that time you knew what they were. And then in 2018, I'm pretty sure they went out and got Brandon Cooks. So I would struggle to say that it's better than that. Plus, you know, we don't know when Jamo's coming back. But definitely comparison to last year, much better. the thing was nice about this defense is it definitely should be balanced. And we saw that last year. I think week 1, we got a taste of that. You know, when we played San Fran, I mean, yeah, we lost, but we were running the football. And it was like, man, if the game could just be a little bit closer, I mean, gee, but we could run the football. So is this the year you find out? I think it is. I think it is in a sense. I think we'll find out a lot about this whole quarterback situation and where it can go and where this is at. Because I'll say something today, like, for example, we saw them going against air. But they do drills like, you know, they're doing pre-snap, like almost hot routing at the line of scrimmage, talking to the receivers, making the adjustments, and then they all throw the football. So you have to be on the same page with everybody because everybody's throwing the football. You don't want to throw it to the same exact guy. I just think the involvement with Goff, the understanding that we're hearing, this is a big year for Jared because if we understand the situation, Jared understands the situation. I mean, think about all the questions he got about quarterbacks before the draft, and he hated those, and I get it. He understands it. He understands the situation. So to me, I think you're going to learn a lot about Goff just to see kind of the development that he actually takes. And to me, it's going to be some of the little things that you find, just the understanding, how to react in certain situations, that kind of thing. And especially if he gets out like a hot start, I think you'll feel really good about, okay, he's rolling. He's taking command of this because I don't think in the past he's ever really been asked to take on all this accountability and you're the guy. But he was also very young. He's still a young quarterback. But, you know, now you're kind of getting that stage, right? You've gotten your contract. So now it's kind of that stage where usually at this point you'd be the guy and you'd be controlling everything by now. But because of the weird path that he's taken to get here, that really hasn't been the case. So I know it's a crazy answer. I'll probably have to come back to that. We just got another dono. Who was this? Oh, snap. Kevin C. Oh, snap. Kevin, come on, man. Give more birthday cakes in the chat. What are y'all doing, man? Sorry, been working a lot. I missed a lot of your live stuff. Okay, I'm back. Still super high to see Matthew Stafford have a great year. Absolutely. But very hard for the Lions this year. Most expensive offense to our NFL. Thoughts? Good. It's a good question. I've seen this a lot. Appreciate you, Kevin. Say, with the birthday cakes, I'm going to play the You're Tripping clip because Rad's not here. This is for Rad, but he's not here. This is actually for you, Kevin.
You're tripping.
All right, there we go. I appreciate you, man. That's awesome. Y'all are crazy, man. To answer that, the whole most expensive offense, I would have to pull it up. I can actually pull it up, but I think it's somewhat tight. You know, all these positions are sort of tight. So I try not to get too caught up in it, but I do understand that all of it is timing. You know, I mean, it's just the timing of when certain things line up because everybody's got the same cap unless you're counting rollover. So it all is just timing. And when you look at it for us at some premier positions, timing wise, we've paid some money specifically to the offensive line, right? Frank Ragnell's the highest paid center. I think Taylor Decker, and I'm sure their cap hits are just timing wise high this season. But I'm actually not too worried. And Big V has a big contract for a guard. I think his cap hit's also pretty darn high this season as well. Of course, Goff's cap hit is like 30 million, which isn't extremely high, but it's like top 10, I think, in the league. Running back position is cheaper, but Jamal Williams is making 4 million, which kind of puts us like closer to middle of the pack. Then you have TJ Hawkinson, who's on a cheaper deal. So the weapons are actually much cheaper. DJ Shark's deals a little bit of cap hit. But I'll say this: if you look ahead, right? If you look forward, I think that the contracts and the caps really play out well based on our situation, just because of where money is going to end up going and how these caps are going to line up. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, it really is all about timing in football. When it comes to money, it's about timing. You can backload guys. You can always convert to signing bonus and make it guaranteed, but then you're kind of stuck with that. And you could always kind of put it in the back and, add void years and do all these things. But it really does come down to timing when you talk about it. So the question is the timing match up where the guys that I'm paying the high amount of money, are they my best players? I mean, that seems to be the way to look at it. The guys that are actually having a high cap hit, are they the best players? And am I getting maybe a good balance of some of these dudes that aren't getting paid a ton of money, or the cap hit's low? Are they outperforming what that is? Because amongst the league, Swift isn't very expensive, but if he's healthy, he's going to outperform his cap number big time. However, flip that, if Taylor Decker is not healthy like he wasn't last year, that cap hit that he has, all of a sudden is really hurting our team because a lot of the chunk of change went to that guy. And when you have him, the difference is gigantic. I mean, it's irreplaceable in a way because he changed our offense when he came back. But when you don't have him, you really feel it. So it's timing. I think it's health. Those two play into it. But I'm actually not too worried with that because I understand our defense is not that expensive. I mean, our defense is really not that expensive this year. We're cheap at linebacker. Our cornerback position is very cheap. Really, no one's gotten paid at cornerback. Safety, one guy's gotten paid. Defensive line, not a lot of guys are getting paid there aside from Michael Brockers. So, I mean, it's all just a balance, but it's something to look into for sure. The super sticker from Royal Kush, I appreciate you, man. Royal Kush, my guy. Very generous donos. I mean, hey, y'all are crazy, man. I appreciate it. That's nuts. I appreciate the love, man. My goodness. Golf will prove himself this year. I agree. I think he's gonna have a good year. What is this? Malcolm Rodriguez showing out. I have been hearing a lot of stuff. Yeah, and you know what? I saw that they put it out there. I think, was it on Snapchat or Instagram where they showed the play and people were getting hyped? No, they showed on NFL Network. They showed Malcolm Rodriguez. But I mean, let's be real, man. Are any of us surprised? No, because Chad, you've been saying it. Like, this guy's a problem. Malcolm Rodriguez is a heck of a player. That I'm gonna get to that 1 second. I think Kevin just went crazy and put another 10 in here. Cap is fake, bro. And Pat McAfee confirms Cap is fake. See, I don't believe Cap is fake. I went through that scouting course and all those things, and they kind of broke it down. I definitely don't believe Cap is fake, but there definitely are ways to set it up because of just, hey, for example, does my ownership have the money, that liquid money that I can backload a contract because I can sign this check right now and shift around your contract? So certain teams may be able to do that more than other teams, but I definitely don't believe it's fake. I just think it's one of these things of, you can do it. Like, you can always, like, for example, we did it last year with Jared Goff. Like, yeah, you can give him a signing bonus and back it up. But do you have the confidence that that guy that you just gave it to is going to be here throughout that contract? Because the issue, I don't think, is paying players necessarily. The issue is paying guys that don't play through the contract. I think that's where the issue comes into play, is when you're trying to give guys money and they don't play through the contract. And honestly, for us in the past, that has been what's killed us. By the way, can we get more birthday cakes? Let's just blow this thing up with birthday cakes. I mean, the Trey Flowers. I mean, last year we had the most dead cap in like NFL history, because a lot of these guys just did not make it through contracts. And it does kind of come back to just, well, you change regimes and these guys didn't fit, or injuries and things like that. So you give out big money, man. It's always a risk. It's always a risk. But guys with injury history, you guys, you're changing organization. It's tough, man. And good organizations, I think, get less caught up in that because they're not always changing. Like, you don't see, like, for example, the Rams had to deal with some stuff because of Jared Goff, but they were still such a good team. They got through it. But you don't see a lot of good teams. They don't get stuck in this dead cap issue because they're not consistently changing, right? A lot of teams have a very solid foundation. And it's like, look, hey, maybe we have a rookie quarterback, but maybe not. But we can give this guy the money because he's earned it. And it's one of these situations where, look, our coaches aren't going to get fired next year. Our GM not going to get fired next year. So it's not going to get us stuck in this boat of, oh, gosh, the next guy wants to move him. And then it's like, well, now we have an issue because now we're just losing money. I don't know. I just think it stems all back to the foundation of where is your team at? Like, how is the top, man? How is the structure? If the structure is solid, you can pay guys. And Brad Holmes been kind of betting on the fact that these guys will prove, and as long as they continue to prove on paper, this is a very unrisky way to go about it. It can just be tough to get certain guys because a lot of guys won't take a 1-year deal. If they've been healthy and stuff, they won't take a 1-year deal. So we've had to take some risks, but if they could play out, man, I mean, it's a good strategy. I like re-signing the guys. Malcolm Rodriguez showing out. Yeah. Yes, Malcolm Rodriguez has been showing out though. I think, and it. Look, I don't see it like every play. I still don't see it every play because he doesn't get those kind of reps, and he is still working low in the depth chart. But I love what Dan Campbell said about the linebackers because he gave love around the, like, if you heard Dan Campbell today, he gave love around the board, man. He gave love to Alex Anzalone. He said, look, I mean, Alex, we challenged him to miss tackles. He said if he cleans up the missed tackles, Alex Anzalone has a chance to be one of the better linebackers in the National Football League because of his athleticism, his smarts, the way that he calms the defense. I'm like, oh, snap. And I think the reason he says that is because they understand like what's going to be asked of and how, usually this is not the most demanding position in this defense. Usually the safeties take on a big responsibility in this type of defense. But because Alex could cover like he did last season, and because he has the size that he does and the flexibility to really not come off the field, I can see why he's saying that. But another thing is staying healthy for him too. He's had to deal with some injuries as well, the shoulders and the past, things like that. But yeah, Malcolm Rodriguez, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before he's out there, I think, getting first team reps. But it would probably be a good problem to have a guy like Chris Board continue to play well, Shawnee and Hamilton, who we brought up as well, and not allow him to get in that starting lineup. But at the same time, I think it's just a matter of time. I think ultimately, probably at some point this year, we're going to be like, yeah, he's a starter. And it sounds like, they're not afraid to play rookies, they always say. And I think at some point this season, we're going to be saying he's starting because he's just he's just talented, man. He's just talented. I think you can get away with that kind of style in this defense. And he's a little bit of a different element, man. He's a player. Philly is going to be a big test. Great smash mouth. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a heck of a way to open up. Do we have joint? Yes, we have joint practice with the Colts. I think that's after our first preseason. I think that's before the second preseason game. It's like in that week of Malcolm definitely showing out. What's up, Speakeasy? Yes, sir. Oh, Kevin. Hold on, you saw that beat drop? Hey, I'm just saying, man, we rocking today, man. I mean, there are 30 loopholes. Oh, there are loopholes. I agree with that. And that's the thing, like, there's consequences within these loopholes because you can get stuck with it. But but you're right. I mean, you can also make it work, man. You can make it work. And I could see the Lions doing that, going forward at some point. But they got to start winning some football games and things like that to have that kind of foundation. Can you send me your email so you can watch my friend's highlights on stream? I think you have my email, man. dosebegaming@gmail.com. It's copyright too. Oh, well, dang, man. Well, I appreciate the update, but dang, man, I can't play if it's copyright. Dose, what up? Hey, what's up, Micro Mike? We got Easy and Mike in the building. Come on, man. Oh, hey, the birthday cakes, Kevin. Hey, shout out to everybody that man. Hey, shout out to everybody that's in here. We got 143 in the building. It's like a heck of a showing. It's been a while, man. I mean, I don't know. Hey, everybody comment like, now, you know what? We'll come back to that. I don't want to blow up the chat. I'm already behind. Let me just come back to that. All right. I want a dual quarterback next year. Wait, is that what that means? Dual, so we can sit for a year and take over in 2024. Our red zone D needs to improve. Hurley or 31st. Okay, I didn't know that, but I believe it. I do believe it. But I think by the end of the year we showed promise because I think in coverage we showed promise. But I think it just comes back to stopping the run. I mean, if you can't stop the run in the red zone, how are you going to get off the field, man? It should be condensed. It should be tough to run. You got to stop the run. Easy to go to confidence. Oh, that's facts. Can't stop thinking about how Aiden looked at 50. Hey, was that 52 seconds? Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense than a minute. Yeah, Aiden's a problem. Aiden's a beast. Just stop. Come on, man. Happy B-Day, Dose. Should have told me it was today. Nah, man, it ain't my birthday. I just do that when people donate. I'll just do that. It ain't my birthday. No, it's not my birthday. Okay, happy birthday. All right. See, this is we might have to change the idea of putting birthday cakes in the chat because now this always happens. All right. Okay. Shout the okay. All right. Okay. This is not. Yeah. All right. Now I'd be if it was my birthday, I appreciate it. It might be it's someone's birthday, so send that love to their birthday. Happy birthday, person. What's the latest movie I've seen? I think the last I watched Talladega Nights. I watched it today. I was doing some of my training and I had it on in the background. Now I didn't really watch it. I just had it on in the background because I'd like to have some other noise than just a guy talking. So I had that, but it was Talladega Nights. I did it because I've seen the movie. All right. I didn't want to put on a movie I haven't seen because then I'm going to get distracted. I just wanted something I've seen that I can just have noise in the background. The last movie I've like legitimately watched, I don't know. The last great one I watched was Black Phone. I really like Black Phone. That's one I've watched. I don't know. Probably something goofy on Amazon. You know Amazon, man. They don't play. It could be absolutely terrible, but they're putting it on there, and it's probably free. That's probably why I'm watching that thing. You know the movies that you click on Amazon that don't have like an IMDb rating, and it's like, hey, 23 people put stars on this one. It's like, all right, this movie's. I mean, no hate to the movie. It's just, you know, you don't know what you're walking yourself into. You think we can make a lot? I do. I think we're a wild card team, you know, and I know, you know, people will take what I said last year and be like, he's crazy, but I do believe we're a wild card team, man. So we'll see how it plays out. Big V got top 5 guard money next year. How do we pay Hawk and Shark? Yeah. So I think, Okay, I don't know about next year's. Let me pull it up this year. I think this year he's a top 10 in terms of what guards are getting paid for this season. Next year, I don't know where he's at. Now we do have I think we do have ways to maneuver his contract, which is good. And also keep in mind with Tj Hawkinson, when we do pay Tj Hawkinson, he won't count against the cap this next year, because next year will be his. He was drafted in 2018, 19, 20, 21. 22. Yeah, next year would be his 5th year. So we're gonna have to pay him a little bit, but it won't be to that extent because it won't be his new contract. It'll be his 5th year that they picked up. So it will be a little bit more expensive. So next year, Big V's making a little bit less actually than he's making this. No, you're right. Big V's going up to 11.2 million next year. Yeah, so yeah, they list like top 5 guard money. Now, when you look at his contract, his base salary is 9.4 million. Just from a quick peek, if this is legit. And he will be 30, so we'll see if they decide to keep him around. But having that at 9.4, you could move that around. You could easily signing bonus, bam, hey, we're going to push off 4 million. If he plays really well, you could do that. Maybe you take a paycheck, restructure, but you could easily restructure that deal. And also keep in mind the salary cap's going to go up, right? So the salary cap is projected to go up by like, I think 12 to 20 million, somewhere in that range. So just by that alone, we'll have a little bit more money because Jared Goff's salary cap won't go up, which is going to be our biggest cap hit. It won't go up. It'll basically actually, I think, go down like $1 million. You left your credit card at Angelina Jolie's. Wait, what is that from? Angelina Jolie. Hold up. I'm not okay. I see what you did there. Look, I had a brain fart for a second. I see what you did there, Easy. Okay. That was good. You caught me off guard trying to read that out to my. Okay. All right. I don't think the staff is. They both Skyrim is pretty good. I wouldn't consider that raving. Yeah, I think he's getting a lot of national attention. I don't know. I think the fans have built up a lot of attention with him, because I remember I saw it on NFL Network in the play that they showed. So we'll see where he's at, but I can tell you that he has mixed in first-team reps. And if you mix a guy in first-team reps now, which, by the way, I will say this from practice today, it was just a walkthrough, but they also mixed in, let me get the exact guys, because this stood out to me. Kirby Joseph mixed in with first-team reps. Who's the other guy? Kirby Joseph mixed in first-team reps. I believe Chase Lucas mixed in first-team reps at slot, which tells me he's moving up. Mike Hughes seems to be a lot lower on the depth chart, so we're going to see how that plays out. I think he's going to have a good preseason for what we're seeing right now. Those two guys mixed in. Trying to think. Chris Board mixed in on third down with the base unit. It was Derek Barnes and Alex on third down through walkthroughs. He came in at edge, so because he can cover as well and rush a passer, and that's usually what he's done in the past. But Malcolm has mixed in the last few days as a first team player a little bit. But to me, I mean, so I won't say to the point where I think like he's dominant, because I don't think I've seen him be dominant, but I have seen what we thought he did really well. And it's just, to me, it's different. I don't really think we got a lot of linebackers that move like he does. Obviously, we don't have a lot of linebackers that have the size that he does either. So he's unique in that way. But the way that he moves, man, and the way that he hits. Now, hey, that is an issue. Sometimes he doesn't get the full tackle because he can't reach the guy. If they're too far, you can't always extend and reach it. But when he does wrap, it's a wrap. There was your wrap. There was your bar. There was your wrap. Stop. Come on, man. All right, we're done. All right. Anyway, stop. All right. FA. Let me walk. It's sure. Okay. I got you. Okay, I can't read it all. That was awful. That might have been the worst. I'm broke, but happy birthday. Oh gosh. Now I gotta send that back, man. He donated, and it's not my birthday. That's crazy. I appreciate it. Okay. What's up, man? What's going on, guys? What's going on, Brendan? What's that, Brendan? Oh, with the E. I see you with the E. Elijah. You like the B? I see you. Mr. D Cool. The Falcons are trading Matt Ryan. Have a $40 million cap hit. Gosh. Yeah, the Falcons are probably going to struggle. The Falcons are in a tough spot. Just like the Bears. Do you think we make the wild card? I think we're a wild card team, man. I think we're a wild card team. But with that said, I have to bring up that I think the Vikings are legit. You know, they can be legit, so it's not going to be an easy path. But I do think this team is talented enough to be a wild card team. Where can I get an official Stitch Hutchinson jersey? No, that's who did they? I don't remember where he said to look. I think I think on NFL.com they cost a lot more. They do have them though. I think they do if you look up sold on numbers, because I know what you're talking about, like this one versus this one. I know what you're talking about. Those are a lot nicer, but I think they have them on there. Tried Sports Zone. Yeah, do that too. Pro Sports Zone probably has them. Jeff been good at camp. Yeah, I mean, like I haven't seen like him stand out in terms of like certain plays, but I think he's moving well, that's all I'm looking for him, man. Yeah, we got a lot of those baby. What's up, man? Do you think Aiden Hutchinson? I think he does. I think he wins defense rookie of the year. Yeah. I thought it was his man's birthday. You did. I think a lot. I'm saying. FCD's. Oh gosh, that's terrible. I feel terrible. Is by far the most passionate and best Lions coach we've had in decades. Is this a new dodo? I'm showing too much love, Kevin. He's by far the most passionate and best coach Lions have had in decades. Can I get a second yes on that note? You can get a yes on that note. You can get a yes on that note. Now, hey, I will say I think Jim Schwartz is pretty darn passionate. All right. But Dan Campbell crying, that took it to a new level, man. You could just tell. If y'all saw that trailer they did for Hard Knocks, I thought he was good. He was getting emotional. Like, I was like, this is hype. This is hype, man. Yeah, you're right, though. You're right. There's nothing fake about that. He's just hitting like no, man. I'm gonna have to send it back, man. That's appreciate you, Kevin. See, saw you in the Lions video getting autographs. When you gonna start up the call in voice message again? That was fun. Yes, that will come back. I didn't want to do it tonight because I didn't know how long this was gonna be, and I didn't know if Ray was gonna hop on or not. But those will come back. And like I said, there will be a members live stream soon too. So we may tie those both together. But that will come back because I want to do that. I would like to do it weekly. Like every Thursday after a game, or actually before a game. I like Tommy Boy. It's a good movie, man. Where is that at? It's in Ohio. I don't remember where it takes place at, but I've seen it, man. I recently that might be Nope was fire. Okay, don't tell me. Don't spoil nothing, man. I'm just waiting on that one. But don't come on, man. I don't know if that's good. But I kind of feel like most Jordan Peele movies are like that. When were you at camp? What's your thoughts on DSE? DSE. Okay. When you were at camp, what's your thoughts on DSE? Can you spell out what that? I don't know what that is. DSE. Probably missed something obvious. Chad, do you guys know what that is? You got to watch Shawshank Redemption? I think I've watched it before. I think it's on Netflix right now. But you know what? It's been a while. I do got to watch that back. Is that the one where it ends with him walking and like getting a note or whatever? I got to rewatch that though, because I think it's been a long time. So I do need to watch that again. As long as the Long Island fan, I can honestly say I feel this regime is different after a year showing young players last year. We seem to have depth everywhere. 100% agree. It's my favorite part of the offseason is the depth that we have. So I'm 100% in agreement with what you just said. Juma Forever says Hawk and Shark going to get us some comp picks. They might. Kevin, man, appreciate you. P.S. So glad you're getting the recognition and love you deserve from Lions Association and their fans. I appreciate you, Kevin C. No, man, the love has been unreal. I appreciate your love right here, man. It's unreal. I'm telling you, it's the coolest thing when someone gets a picture with you or something. That's the coolest thing. So I appreciate that. That is the coolest thing. And man, we've had a good time at camp. When Easy was there, Mike was there, King was there. Man, it's different, man. I went to camp last year, but it wasn't like that, man. You know, it just wasn't. I mean, you're right to what the chat's saying. The energy is different. There's a lot of people there. They said they broke records. They said they broke records with the season ticket turnout, and it was packed. There was more people in the season ticket Saturday, probably because it was Saturday, than there's been any other day. I was like, how many people are here? I remember last year, I went to at least one of the season ticket practices, and it was kind of empty. This year, I was like, dang, there are a lot of people, man, especially coming off of 3 wins. So, man, my favorite is Dr. I don't know what that is. I can't even pronounce it. I don't know what that is. When is next time you're going to be on Michael Mike's channel? You got to ask Michael Mike, man. Are you saying LNU? I don't know. This week's kind of tough because I have this training going on. So once training camp kind of ends for fans going to it, I'll be able to be much more open to that. So who knows? You think we can make a push for play? I'm telling you, man. Hey, and I'll keep saying it, this is a playoff type of team, man. Watch grumpy old men is laugh-a-thon. Laugh-a-thon? It's a laugh-a-thon. Grumpy old man. All right. I remember seeing when they had that big movie poster outside of the theater when that thing dropped. Okay. What's the atmosphere with Hard Knocks filming? So I remember, so Saturday, they were everywhere. I mean, they were everywhere, and they're like filming the fans and everything. The last couple of days when it's just been public, they've been, to me, I've seemingly much less engaged with like the fans and finding people to cheer, more engaged with the team. And it seems like there's much less people there. But I don't think aside from that, there's been a lot of changes in terms of how fans are trying to get, in it, because they're not really going around to it. It doesn't seem like they're kind of just more following the team and running around, chasing them around. But I don't think anything's really changed. One of the best movies I've seen is American History X. See, y'all, I don't watch his, I'm not gonna say I don't watch history movies, but I'm a big history guy in terms of that stuff. I don't know if that make any sense. I don't know what movie you're talking about. You're talking about may not even be about history. I don't know. It could just be the title. I already read. Can I get a shot of your biz? Shout out to CLB, man. What's that picture? Oh, you on their baseball team? Okay, I see you. I seen you at training camp. You're too famous to come to. Patty, no, man. No. Oh, why did I star that? Come on, Patty. You got the little Yoda there with it. Come on, man. Nah, you got to say what's up if you see me at camp. Come on, man. Because who knows? Who knows if I'll see if you'll see me again. So say what's up. I always appreciate it. Do you think we can sweep Green Bay? Okay, see. Royal Kush with the 4. Y'all are going crazy, man. Come on, man. Y'all are wild. I appreciate the love, man. Royal Kush says super sticker. Oh, he didn't say super sticker. Okay, I appreciate the super sticker. King of Super Stickers. You need to get a badge that says King of Super Stickers. Do I think we can sweep Green Bay? I wouldn't bet on it. And I don't say that to not be optimistic. I say that because I think we split. And I think we win our second matchup with them. But there are reasons to believe that we could beat Green Bay. See, my thing is with Green Bay is this. In the past, in the last few years specifically, because we're going to see changes with Green Bay, I think, in just their philosophy. So if that does change, it's a little bit hard to project what we're going to match up with them like right now. But in the past, I think Green Bay's been a team where it's like you can get the best of Green Bay. And there have been teams that have blown out Green Bay and just shut them down offensively. But there's specific ways and there's specific things you have to be able to do that. One, of course, is you have to stop the run. Two is I think you have to be very unique in coverage. Think about teams that have had really good games against them. Last season, New Orleans. You have to be unique in coverage. You have to be able to disguise. You have to be able to give Aaron Rodgers a lot of things to just make him hold it for a second longer. And an offense that gets the ball out can get the ball very quickly. It's best if you can somewhat match up with Devontae. We haven't really been able to do that, but now he's not there, so that will help. But you got to be able to stop the run as well. The thing is with Green Bay, they've scored a lot on us in the past. Historically, we've played them. They've just scored a lot. And for us, we have not been able to keep up because we turn the ball over 1 or 2 times, and it's a game. That's just what happens. I mean, the last time we played them, and it was like, man, we got him. Obviously, this past season, we had him. We were up at half, and then the second half, it just took a couple plays, and we were out of the game. I think being more explosive will give us a better shot, but it just took a couple of key plays to flip that. We didn't score a couple times. They pick up a big third down. And all of a sudden, we're behind and we can't catch back up. You don't want to fall behind against Green Bay, but I think it's a couple keys. I would say this. I would say a couple keys. First thing, win the turnover battle, which is rare. We rarely win it, but I think when we do, we win the game. Just look at how we beat them the second time around. Win a turnover battle. Be able to disguise coverage. Now they don't have Devontae. It's going to be very interesting to see how that changes up. And now it's going to end up being stop the run because of the fact that they have some backs now, They got some dudes now. And I'm curious to see how much pressure they get, Was in Vegas with stop. Okay. 3 wins so far. Let's see. 3 wins so far. Do you challenge Fox at a kicking contest? You know what? I was scouting Fox today. He was punting it from the midfield. He's punting it from the 50. All right, this may have been the most exciting part of practice. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's always the buggers, giggers, always the thing to watch, but especially today. They're punting from midfield, and he was consistently hitting it 10-yard line, 10-yard line, 10-yard line. Khalil was catching it. Man, one of those punts were ridiculous. I think he was punting it from the 50. No, he was punting a little bit behind the 50 because I think that's where the ball was. He punted one that bounced at the 2, backspin, and just died. Like, it didn't even go back more than a yard. I was like, that's disgusting. And it just died there. So after seeing that, I don't think I want the smoke. Before that, I may have had a little confidence if I didn't see that, but then I see the spin. I'm like, all right, we ain't playing with that. We ain't playing with that. Jim Caldwell did a good job, I think. I really want Hutchinson. Ooh, that would be sweet. But a legit one. Not some shit. I feel you. That'd be sweet. We releasing an alternate helmet. See, we need to do something. We got all this stuff going on. Maybe they'll reveal something in Hard Knocks. Who knows, man? Is Brokeback Mountain your favorite movie? Is that a movie? See, I've heard that somewhere. Hold up. Is this not age appropriate? Because I don't know what the chat be talking about. I'm sorry, Smokey. I'm not trying to say you're saying something. I'm just saying I don't know what y'all are talking about. So let me not walk into that hole and search something up. You know what? Let me just leave it where it is and chat can help me out with it. Elliot. Now that's a good question. You know what? I don't think Elliot's been, and I don't want to to me, Elliot has not he's not been like dominant or anything. I don't think he stood out. I think Tracy Walker's had a better camp to this point. And to me, it looks like Deshaun Elliott is really what I like is I see a chemistry between those two. That is just all the time. He and T-Walk go everywhere. They're just talking to each other. They're going through reps with each other. And you saw it today. He was doing the same thing in the back of the end zone with Tracy while they were doing walkthroughs, just talking to him. He seems to be getting in kind of everybody's ear. I saw him earlier in practice, I think with Aaron Glenn. He's just in everybody's ear all the time. I think right now he's still kind of figuring it out. In coverage, I haven't been super impressed at this point. And you know what? Now that's not to say he's getting burnt. See, I want to make that clear. I don't think he's getting burnt in coverage big time. But I also don't think he's been better than Tracy. Tracy seemed to take a monster step. And I don't know if he's getting enough attention because now we paid him and everybody's kind of like, all right, he's paid. He is what he is. He has shown some monster growth, in my opinion, just in the command he's taken, the leadership seemingly, and his ability to play in coverage. But Deshaun Elliott and Tracy, you're seeing it is that there seems to be no lack of flexibility. They will put Deshaun Elliott in the box. They will play him back deep. They are extremely flexible between the two where they are allowing it to be versatile. There is neither of those guys are pigeonholed into one thing or the other. You will see them line up at slot. I think one time he did line up at backer on a sub down. So they're moving these dudes all around. I don't think they have much concern with what he can do inside the box because he's a hitter, he's a thumper, he's a hammer, as Aaron Glenn said. But I think the coverage is a spot where I want to see kind of the next step and maybe just processing a little bit more. He hasn't made tons of plays to me in terms of processing, seeing, making the play. But I think with time, because he's kind of in everybody's ear, it seems like. I'm just saying I'm down to watch a scary movie after camp tomorrow. You know what, man? I don't know if I'm going to be at camp, man. It might be raining, but I'm always down to watch a scary movie. I can tell you that. I'll tell you that, man. Hey, shout out to Easy, man. Jim Caldwell is a good coach. I agree. I'm not trying to. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. Good looking out. Who is this celebrity lookalike? Prince? No, Prince. Hold up. I don't know. I don't think I've ever tried to figure that out. I think they have websites for that. I wouldn't say it's Prince. Hey, you know what? I won't be the judge of that. Easy, he's too young. American History X is about history. See, you know what? That's all right. I walked into that one. What's the status on the Okoro brothers? Good question. Julian's playing a lot. Expect Julian to play a lot this year. If he doesn't start, which I think he will. I think he will start because I think what's going to happen is they're going to go base and Romeo's not going to be ready. Pascal's not going to be ready. They're going to play Julian a lot with Charles, with Hutchinson. But when they go to sub packages where you can see him come off the field, because unless they go extremely light, like for example, what I mean sub pack, I don't mean sub. Okay, let me say it like this. When they go 4 defensive linemen, he may or may not be on the field. I think situations where run is still a legitimate possibility, he'll probably come off the field in exchange for Charles Harris at defensive end with Hutchinson at defensive end because of the fact that Charles is a better run defender against the tackle. He handles that a lot better. With that said, though, in sub package, when it's a pass down, he will come back on the field, I think, because what they'll do is they'll just take Brockers off or they'll take Aleem off the field. They may just take both of them off the field, which I'm good with when Levi's healthy. They'll probably put Kaminsky out there. I think he should be out there. Because I think you put Kaminsky in the inside with Hutchinson, and you put Charles and Romeo on the outside, or Julian on the outside. Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. Come on, man. But I think he'll be playing a lot. And then the update on Romeo as we hit on in the beginning. He's running around, stuff like that. So we don't really have a timetable, but sounds good that he's moving. Can I pronounce that? Six. I don't know how to pronounce that. Love meeting new cat. Hey, I appreciate you. I don't know who you are by that. But absolutely, man. It was great to meet you too. Beating Green Bay equals get home with 4 and shut down the run game. Hey, get home with 4. You know what? That's, man. I mean, it takes me back, man. To just watching all the film on Green Bay from last year and how many times I've watched those games. And you're like, oh, we got him, and then all of a sudden it's just like, okay, no one's getting pressure. There's nobody winning. Oh, you know what we need, man? We need someone that can get interior pressure. Like, I don't think it should be looked at it as a bad thing that they're utilizing Hutch in the interior. We need someone that can get pressure within the tackle box. Occasionally, we got guys that can win the edge, but my goodness, there were times where it was just like embarrassing how little pressure we had in the interior, man. So whoever's going to bring that, cool with me. But usually when you get pressure from the interior, you're getting there a lot quicker. So there's nothing wrong with that. You think Mike Hughes wins the starting nickel spot? No, I don't think so. At least from what I've seen so far, I don't think so. I thought he could, but I think from what I've seen so far, AJ starts, and it's looking like Chase Lucas is going to back him up, which puts Mike in a very weird spot because I don't know where he goes. I mean, they've been playing that slot, they've been playing a little on the outside, so I would think that I don't think he's getting cut. So I'm going to think that they're going to go deep at corner and just put him on the outside until Jerry Jacobs is back, and then we'll have to see where they go from there. I don't see him getting cut because of his deal, which isn't crazy, but I just don't see him cut. But it seems like right now he's not going to start at slot. But I don't want to count it out though because I think he's talented, man. I'll be in the black and gold numbered Sewell jersey. Okay, for sure. Hey, text me on like Instagram or Twitter when you're there. You think Mike Hughes wins this? Oh, I remember when the Lions lost 23-27 Green Bay. Betting them is a new thing. 23-27 to Green Bay. What game was that? That sounds familiar. Was that? Got a picture with Harrison Walker. Shout out to Will Harris, man. Shout out to Will Harris. Those dudes that come around consistently give out autographs. Man, shout out to them. I mean, it's because the thing is, like, I don't need an autograph, things like that, but it does mean a lot to the fans, man. It does, and I don't know. It's just shout out to all of them, man, to take the time to do it because they don't have to, but it's really cool when they do, man. I think for a lot of people, like the thing is like when you get an autograph or you get a picture with a player, that player immediately kind of becomes like, hey, this is my favorite player. Like, like look what he did and stuff like that. It's really cool, man. Don't answer that movie question. Okay, I appreciate you. The disrespect. Whoops, sorry, wrong stream. Okay. I gotta go, my boy. But happy not birthday. Appreciate you, Easy. Appreciate you, man. Have I seen the movie Warriors? No, I haven't. I've seen like the first 2 minutes of it. But I've heard it's legit, but I have not seen it. Shout out to the comment, man. I appreciate you putting a comment in there, real Kush. Kevin, stop, man. Kevin, stop. Okay, we're gonna have to run it back up with birthday cakes, though. Lions organization has finally recognized how much we put in the analysis. See, I'm trying to, and how smart you are, as well as how much you just love the franchise. I could see being a big deal in the very near future. Man, I appreciate you, Kevin C. Man, all the support has been amazing. I appreciate you, man. Hey, we'll see what happens. But I tell you this, there's a lot of good people that work there, man. A lot of good people. Everybody that I've met has been really cool, from part of the security to part of the Lions staff. A lot of cool people. And it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. There's just always a good vibe about him. St. Brown, how is his energy and strength? St. Brown, come on, man. Come on. Hey, if you want energy, just look no further than St. Brown or Jamal. But St. Brown brings it. He doesn't bring it like Jamal does, in the sense of Jamal Williams, when he brings energy, he kind of brings it like he can bring it in a goofy way. He can bring it in a good after you kind of way. Amon-Ra St. Brown is just the best way to describe it, man. He's a bulldog. I mean, you get him out there and he just wants to beat everybody at everything. I mean, that's just what it seems like when you watch him. He gets into it with everybody, every drill, not in a bad way. He just battles. He talks his smack afterwards. It motivates him. He plays with that chip. And if you know, Easy knows, he's had that chip since he was drafted. You know, going out there working since he was a kid, man. He just plays like that. So his energy's crazy. He's gonna be a guy for a long time here. For a long time. What's up, Dose? What's going on? What's going on? The new breed 313 Sports Talk. What's up, man? What you got in there? You got, is that Okuda? Okay. Sup, Dose? Golf gonna have Golf going to have a golf year or Lions golf year? Okay, I think I see what you're doing there. To what you asked, I'm gonna go with the first one. Trey, wait, hold up. Didn't you just become a... Okay. Trey Adams, I appreciate you, man. Oh my gosh, how much does he lift in there? Stop, man. Come on, man. Terry Foster, hello, Terry. Admit it. You missed my jabbering talking points and me always wanting to donut support. It's good to have you back here, Kevin, man. It is. And you got them long like points and questions and stuff. That's always something that I think it always makes me want to talk about it, because there's always something to bring up with it, you know? So absolutely, Kevin, it's good to have you in here, man. I tell you, man, you don't have to dono every time you comment, man, but I do appreciate you. I think we have some dogs on defense. Really wanted Travis Jones. I haven't heard nothing about him from Baltimore, but I haven't paid attention to either. Appreciate your show, Joe. Thank you for the camp input. Absolutely. If you guys got any questions about camp, throw it in the chat, and I'll try to get to them before we wrap this thing up. Time for fried cheese heads. The Hail Mary game. Oh, I shouldn't have asked. That was the Hail Mary game? Oh, you're right, because they weren't in field goal range, huh? Dude, we were up so big at half. Weren't we up like 21-0 at one point? Or 20-0? Because he had that, like, Calvin had that, like, oh my gosh, don't bring that back, man. I remember that. Oh, you were there? Hey, if you've been to more than one Lions game, chances are you've seen a very terrible loss there. So we've all been there, man. I haven't been to that one, but I've seen some rough losses. You know, Baltimore last year probably takes the cake, though. My goodness, that was just Instagram, or if I have my password. Oh no, just message me on Twitter, man. Let's see. Oh yeah, man. Especially Tracy Walker and Devin Funches are cool with autos and picks. You got one from Funches? Before I go, I'm gonna make a bold prediction. Lions split Green Bay, Sweet Bears, and Vikings 5-1. I love it. Has been a big deal for a few years now. What's going on, Juma? He said good evening. Good evening, man. Is this still good evening? Yeah, man. It seems later. What are your thoughts on Khalil Pimpleton? Think he has a shot? I do, especially at this point with, you know, Sutton retiring, which I just hate. I absolutely hate it. You know, I'm wishing him the best. I like the dude, you know, and you want to see him go through training camp, possibly get a shot somewhere if it's not here, because they went out and brought another receiver in. So to me, it has something to do with the fact that, Cephas got hurt. I don't know. With that being said, though, yes, Khalil Pimpleton does have a shot. I think my perspective on his shot has grown. I think a lot of people believe that he legitimately could make the team. And for a while there, I was not on board. I was just like, I don't see it happening. And I still wouldn't project him into my 53 because of spots. But if there is going to be a surprise, it's going to be him. Because if Cephas is on a list and he doesn't count against the roster, look. I mean, it's tough because he doesn't have the size, and he's just gonna have to deal with it and what it is. But he is crazy. He is crazy shifty, man. He gives you a lot of Now the thing is, though, I will say we haven't seemed to use him in a lot of ways behind the backfield. We haven't done much of that. We've done a lot of underneath passing with him, it seems like, taking shots in individual drills. So I just worry about how high his usage could be. But hey, he's fun to watch, man. The Sun God plays large. He does. That's facts. He plays way bigger than he is. He plays very crafty, way quicker than he is. A lot of people are going to give Goff apology. Ooh, I like that. I think everybody would be down with that. I meant to join a while ago, but I just forgot, man. No worries, Trey. Appreciate you. Does Jameson Williams do any? And like I said, we're going to be doing member live shows. I think maybe next week. I was going to see if he texted me back. I kind of forgot. Maybe next week, but we're going to be doing member live shows soon again. Will Jamar Jefferson gain playing time this year? I think so. I think Jamar's going to make the team. So this was another quote that I did want to talk about with Dan Campbell. He gave 2 shout-outs. He said 2 guys had to take the biggest jumps in year 2. He said Derek Barnes, and he said Jefferson. Now, at first, I was like, who's Jefferson, man? Because I'm like, is he talking linebacker? But he said Derek Barnes and Jefferson for the rookies. And telling you, man, Jefferson's been one of the biggest standouts once again from training camp this year. And I think the thing is, it's not that Jamar Jefferson didn't do well last year. I mean, you got to think, training camp, he was great. Preseason, he was good. It's just the fact of how it worked out. Swift was the top guy. Jamal was the top guy. And because of how good Craig Reynolds was, it was just hard for him to get spot. But with that said, Jamar Jefferson could play. And he said with Jamar is kind of the attitude and demeanor that he has come in with. He said the attitude and demeanor that Jamar Jefferson, just the way that he kind of has been approaching it is different. And I think for Jamar, we've talked about it. The pass game is where he needs to take a step because he doesn't seem to be getting utilized a ton on special teams aside from kickoff work as a up back. But aside from that, he doesn't seem to be playing a lot on special teams. So he's got to find some sort of niche there, and maybe that's what it is. And then you also say pass downs as a reception back. He's shown effectiveness, not downfield, but underneath, which is, that can be enough. And he's also, as a pass protector, needs to take a big jump. I can't say I've seen it enough there to really make a good take on that. But when the ball's in his hands, just like last season, he just makes plays. It's just how he is. He just makes plays, man. You'll be there Friday? Okay, I may see you there. What is this? Does Jameson Williams doing a rehab there? No, he just walks around. And I took note of him today. He was walking around with Antoine Randall L. Actually, he walked to Antoine and they talked. And you know how like people will say, well, they kind of do it from their perspective. He did. He stands right next to him. And Antoine Randall L is like going like this, and he's kind of breaking it down with him. He's always walking around with the football. So he is extremely engaged. He and I think he carries such positive energy too for a guy that's recovering. I mean, you could see him being a little bit more down than he is, real frustrated that he's dealing with this, understanding that he just wants to get out there and play. It's his rookie season. You were a top 12 pick in the draft. They traded up to get you. People want to see you, man. People got jerseys of this dude. But he has high spirits, man. But he's not really doing any work out there. He's walking around like a long sleeve, long pants. He just walks. So, but they are saying that he's lifting and things like that. I don't think it's the fact that he can't move. I think it's just that they need to build up strength. But it's a good question because I haven't seen him like running around. I don't think I've seen that. Sucks what happened to Tim Patrick. It's the worst, man. I saw that pop up. That's the worst. Everybody's talking about the news with, was it Ryan Jensen? That's terrible. Heard he was flying around. Yeah, but that's Malcolm, right? Malcolm is flying around in the sense to me in the pass coverage is where it shows up because I think what's great about Malcolm is that he can be very patient because he is explosive and he's very agile. So he's a patient linebacker that is super comfortable getting depth, dropping in coverage. It allows him to play a very patient style. And it allows him to not bite or overreact and get himself in a bad position, get caught up. And that's where he's flashing is those situations. Now, I haven't really spotted him much as a blitzer, but I know that's in his game. And as a run defense, it's seemingly been hit and miss. But in pass coverage, the upside is where it stands out. Do you watch? Okay, let's move on from that. Someone said don't answer it, so I'm not going to. Have they worked Evan Brown at guard at all? Good question. Actually, I should look out for that going forward. I don't think so though. Today I noted that they had, and it was walkthrough, so it's not really like. But they put Penny Sewell at left tackle because Taylor Decker was resting. Right tackle they put Matt Nelson. Then interesting, another group through they put Matt Nelson at left tackle and put Kevin Jarvis at right tackle. Thought that was really interesting. So we'll see where he kind of fills out. But I don't think I've seen any Evan Brown at guard. I don't think I've seen any of that. I don't think I have. It would be interesting, though, to give him reps there if Jonah's going to take some reps at center. But I don't think he's taken any. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay. I think they're okay with him just being a backup center. And I also don't think they see a scenario where he becomes takes anybody's guard job. But I do see what you're saying. Falcons for me. Okay, I must have missed something. I was at the Silver Dome when Brett Favre threw the Hail Mary at halftime. We won, then lost to them in the playoffs next weekend. I've heard that. I've heard about that. Can Josh Reynolds have a breakout like he did in winning those games last year? And how is he looking today? Ooh, can he break out? I'm trying to think, can he have that kind of production? Because to me, Josh Reynolds looks the most polished in terms of a consistency basis to me of any receiver I think that we have. But I don't know if he's going to have, like, he'll come in with a big role because J-Mo won't play week 1, I don't think. He wins a lot, man. He just wins his battle. But I don't know if they're going to utilize him enough where production-wise he breaks out. But to me, in terms of, like, trust, win, I think he's at the top of the list, man. A lot of people are going to Eagles game, y'all. That's what it sounds like, man. The Eagles game better be loud. I better go crazy that one. Shout out to John. Appreciate you, John. Yeah, the penalty was garbage. The penalty was garbage. I ain't even going. I see you, Derek. I'm old enough that I was actually at the Rod Marinelli 116 game. Oh, man. Why'd you go to that game, man? Man, them tickets had to be like $3, bro. Hey, look, we're 0-15, but trust me, now I'm playing. Did you have season tickets? That's oh my gosh. That's still wild to believe that we lost every game. I've been watching for years. When I start my channel, I want to feature you. Excellent content. Yes, sir. Ben Rich. I see you, Ben Rich. I believe we are going to shock Buffalo on Thanksgiving. You know who else said that? Y'all probably saw the video. Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes said it to me, man. Said it to us. We're going to shock the world on Thanksgiving. I'm like, oh, Brad Holmes, really? We're going to shock the world on Thanksgiving. He said that confident. He believed that. I think Brad Holmes is very excited because he's got his guys. Like, if you really think about it, across the board, he's got a lot of his guys that either has had connections with or they've been draft picks of his. He's got his quarterback. He's got an offensive line, which, you don't have to worry about because they're just a great offensive line. So he doesn't really need his guys there. He's got Josh. He was able to go get his guy in J-Mo, who he was pumped about. In a lot of key positions, he has his guys. Now, cornerback, a little bit less of that. Safety, I think he's got his guys. He re-signed T-Walk because they knew how big of a part of that he was. He's got his guy in Hutch. He re-signed Romeo, but I think Hutch was the guy that he wanted. It was kind of, Hutch was like the piece. It was like, dude, we just need a dog on this defense line. It's been way too darn long. I mean, it's just been way too long. The last number 2 pick we had at that spot or on the defense line was Sue, and look what he was. So to get that, I think that's why he's so confident, because last year you had a lot of turnover, and there's still a lot of room that he can continue to build with financials and stuff. But he's got a lot of his guys at a lot of key spots, and I think he believes in those guys. Like, he believes in those receivers. He believes in Josh. He believes in Goff. He believes in Hutch. I think that's where the confidence to me stems from. But I think it's also because he believes in Dan and what he saw last year. But you got to have self-confidence, man. I want to go, but 7.5 hour drive for no JMO is questionable. Ooh, yeah, that's 7.5 hours. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, I get that. That is a ride, man. Dang, where do you live? I believe we're gonna shock Buffalo on Thanksgiving. Kevin C. Dan Campbell is not the most passionate coach in decades. You know what? He wears his heart on his sleeve, man. That's how he is. You were there. Where were you? You were at the 0-16 game? Levi's going to be the comeback player of the year. Yeah. I think he should be. I think on paper it makes sense that he should be, but I still just have a lot of pause because I'm just not seeing him. I need to see him in practice. See, he's got to give me something that I could just grab and hold on to and be like, I saw this, man. Like last year with Okuda, I had something. I'm like, I see it. I know I know that dog's there. I just haven't been able to grab that with Levi yet, man. So I'm still a little hesitant, but he should be. Give us a prediction on 3 preseason games. Prediction in terms of who wins. All right, so first preseason game, we will see our starters. I'm gonna say Swift scores a touchdown. I'm gonna say Swift scores the touchdown in our first preseason game. Do we? It's Atlanta. Wait, who is it? Is it Atlanta? It's Atlanta. I don't even know our preseason schedule. Oh, we're gonna beat Atlanta, so we're winning that one. Colts. I'm gonna say we lose to the Colts. They got great depth, and I don't even know who the third game is, but we're winning that one. We're gonna get that one. Kevin, come on, man. I don't know for every talk that's how it's supposed to work, my young brother. I know it's not expected, but it's how it should be to support your channel. My guy, YouTube gouges your viewer pay, so I try to help fix that. Man, y'all too much, man. Look, and then we already got the birthday cake from Juba. I'll see you, Juba. Let's play him again for this full Royal Kush and my guy, Kevin C. Let me get the. Let me. Oh, where? Okay.
You're tripping.
I love that. Yeah, Red didn't leave me on red. That's crazy, Red. That's messed up, man. All right. Has Boyle taken the lead over Blau? Nah, I can't say he's taking the lead. Now, I do believe he's in the lead, but has he taken it? No, I can't say he's taking it. I really don't think any quarterbacks like separating themselves at all. Like I can't say that one guy separated. I would actually maybe argue Boyle. I think has been. I mean, I don't know if I would say that. I think David Blau's been better. Boyle looks a little bit indecisive, I think, at times. No, I would I even say that? He looks a little indecisive on some reads. He's been a touch off on some passes. And he also hasn't had the best shakes sometimes on some opportunities. He hasn't seemed to find any sort of rhythm. And I don't know if Blau's got enough reps where I can say that he has any kind of rhythm because of that. But I don't think that Boyle's found a rhythm yet. You know, he's just been a little bit hit and miss. So I can't say anybody's really separated themselves in that battle. Season tickets for the 0-16 Lions. You guys see his tickets? Oh, okay. That's dedication though to go to that. What up, though, young Dose? What up, Antoine? See with that jersey. If another back goes down, Dose, tell Brad Holmes I'll come play for free. I'll let him know. I'll try to let him know. Yeah. You know, he might hit you up on it, man. I'm telling you, if I show him that picture, he may be like, hold up. Hey, he's got his eye out there, man. Marquise Brown got arrested for speeding. What? No, he got pulled over for going too slow. He got pulled over for going too slow. Nah, there ain't no way. Are y'all being serious? What? Yeah, 2 old teams, amazing. I don't know if you guys heard it. They said Peter King, he said that, you know, he was at training camp last year or one of the practices. He said after practice, man, 20-plus guys came up, gave him like a handshake, all those kind of things. What I think was huge is that video, you know, where they're singing the happy birthday and that kind of stuff. Like, it's not, it seems to be to what you're saying. It's always a business. And we heard the Terrell Crosby stuff, even though I didn't really know where it came from. I may actually have to pull it up at some point and go through it. But it does seem to be that for a lot of it, there seems to be at least some sort of relationship beyond just the fact that, hey, we signed you, go get it, you know? Like there's an appreciation. And Jay Will defense, he blew out his leg like 5 months ago. Let him walk around until you turn him loose. Take the Lions out of it. Who's the worst Who's your worst to first? Who's the worst to good candidate? That's a good question. Let me look up last year's standings real quick. I got to remind myself. I think. All right, so we had Broncos at the lowest. Jets would be interesting. Ravens, Jags. I like the Jags. I don't know if I trust the management, though, for consistency there. From worst to first, could they win that division? I can't say they would win that division. Seattle, no. Panthers, no. Man, I don't know how many teams I think could do it. Broncos. I mean, Broncos is easy. That's not fair. I'm not going to do Broncos. That's too easy. Baltimore's too easy, too. I would say the Jags and Texans are interesting. I don't think the Texans have enough firepower. I just don't. I mean, I like Nico, but I just don't think they got enough firepower. They got Cooks there. I don't think they have enough on both sides of the ball to win a big, significant amount of games. But as much as I don't really think the Jags, the organization in front of it, they're doing a great job, but I do think that I do think they'll ump it. They won 3 games last year. I'm a fan of Trevor, so I'll say they take a step. I'll say they take a pretty massive step this year. And I Doug Peterson has done a good job. So even though I think they've had issues at the top, if they can make this thing work out, which it wasn't when he was with Philly. Subdose, man, just got done watching yesterday's video. Man, appreciate you, Jack. Hey, shout out to everybody that's been watching them videos, man. I know I'm bad with comments. That's why I like missing these streams, but I do appreciate the support on the videos. I know they're kind of long, but I really do try to just tell you guys everything that I've seen. Maurice Alexander was not there today, but I will be watching for him if I can as a return man. He had an 88-yard punt return last year in the USFL. As we said, he was a USFL all kick returner USFL player. He hasn't played receiver for a very long time, so I'm very intrigued to see what they see in him, because I haven't seen like the film like that to say like, oh, I see what they see. And his production has been very low. So there's something about him. You don't just bring in a guy like this. There's something about him for a guy that's played quarterback, that's had this time off in the USFL. He came out of college in 2019. So there's something about him that stands out to Brad Holmes, and I'm curious to see what that is. It may just be the kick return game. So it would be nice to see him get some reps at guard. Oh, you talking about Evan? What's up with Dan Skipper? Skipper's playing a good amount, man. Skipper, I don't remember seeing him today, but he seems to be rotating with Obina Eze, but he seems to be a little bit ahead of Eze right now. And he is our backup left tackle. So when Penny Sewell doesn't move and Decker is healthy, he is our backup left tackle. So seems to be in a pretty good spot, actually. Thanks for the glasses. Oh, for sure, Dorian. My man, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, them are some good glasses. Now, when they gave them to me, I was like, oh, these things are nice, man. These aren't some like little cheap glasses, These are cool. No, for sure. He's just my number one of the bench, though. So if Jonah or Big V went down, I'd be curious. No, I get that. I get that. Guard's gonna be fun to watch, backup guard, because you do wonder where that goes with Tommy Kramer, Kevin Jarvis now getting reps at tackle. Kevin Jarvis could shock it and find his way in there. Logan Stenberg, who forever we talk about this guy, did well in preseason, then gets hurt again. He just cannot seem to get off. Somehow they got to get him off the injury bug in a way, just like Okuda. I think they have some viable backup guards. I would lead Tommy Kramer. But I think Kevin Jarvis shouldn't be counted out because he is versatile. And if Lions like versatility when it comes down to O-line, guys that play different spots, that guy that probably brings the most versatility, aside from if Evan Brown got reps at guard, is Kevin Jarvis. We'll see. I'm curious because I think what we're going to see is we're going to start seeing him getting some reps at right tackle at some point. And I think he's been doing that. So he'd be the guy to look at. 2008 was a rough year. Yeah. What's the deal with Crosby beef with the team? I know I saw that. Can I read through that real quick? I don't remember exactly what he said, but I did see the. And I'm not trying to say he's lying or something because I don't. Because I don't know. So he blasted the team for handling his injuries. Terrell Crosby said, what did he say? Wait, what did he say? Man, what? I thought there was like a article out there, or not an article, like a Dan Campbell address. I saw Dan Campbell say that we don't have to, they have an issue, they can talk to me. I mean that is what it is. I'm not taking it just because Dan Campbell said that as like, well, yeah, it's like, oh, he should have talked to him, because I don't know how actually they handled this situation. This is what he said. He said this: I would go out of the way for anybody in that building, and then to realize, oh, they actually just treat you like a genuine piece of meat, and they don't act like they truly care. It's so disheartening. And I hear from like other guys around the league that most teams aren't that way. And so you start to understand, oh, this is definitely something that starts from the top down. It sucks. Hey, it does start from the top down. I do agree with that. Here's the whole. Is this the whole thing? I want to finish that. Dan Campbell says, honestly, I don't, because my players know if they got an issue, they'll come up and talk to me. And they know that, man, my door's always open. You can come talk to me in practice. If you really believe there's something going on, we're big on that, man. It's all about communicating. I've said it from day one. Our coaches say it from day one. If you got a problem and something's on your mind, come talk to us, man. Dang. You are not going to get blasted. We're going to talk to you. We're going to talk to you like men. We'll tell you exactly what we are doing and what we are thinking. And I don't really feel like this is something that I need to be proactive about, to be honest with you. So I wish them best of luck, and it's all good. I got 90 guys out here. I got to get better. So to me, when I see that, definitely seems like it was a communication issue. And I can't say the Lions necessarily should have handled it better, because I don't know how it went down. But there was seemingly like a lack of communication. And I think where it caught Terrell Crosby off guard, if you think about it, remember he was a 5th round pick and he was with the last regime. Where it caught Terrell off guard is because he had an injury. And hey, I've seen it. I've been a part of it where you got an injury and, he's trying to recover. He's trying to get back. And to the Lions, when he got back, they gave him a very small sample size. They gave him like a very small sample size. He seemed to struggle. And then they were done with him. There was definitely a misfire between them. I've heard the Lions thought that, maybe he wasn't in, the best shape or whatever. There was a miss, though. What Terrell Crosby felt like he was dealing with there with the injury and what he was going through, that did not, I don't think they were on the same page with that situation. And Terrell Crosby just felt kind of like he was just cut off. Like, hey, I shouldn't have to go talk to you about how this is going down. So, I'm not going to speculate. I can see how it plays out, though. I can see how it does. And it was very strange when it played out. What's the deal with Pascal? Hurt or other? Did he sign his deal? Oh, yeah, Pascal signed his deal. He is hurt, though. He is recovering from he had hernia surgery. I just don't know how far. Oh, yeah, okay. Trey M's on it. Tell Rad that Goffel was last quarterback to practice. See, look, Red didn't come on today, man. Red didn't come on today. That'd be funny if he did. You save that. Save that for when he comes on. I know there was a lot of hype this year, but for real, yes, I credit Sheila for massive. That's where I point to. Hey, yo, just want to drop by, say good luck this year. Get that number 2 North rank. I appreciate you.com. I mean, that's, that's enough love, because I would say the same thing on the Packers side. So, I appreciate it. 2 good things that happened for me at 08. Red Wings won a Stanley Cup, and my Steelers won a Super Bowl. Wasn't good here watching the Lions. It sucked. Okay. Sheila Ford has done outstanding. I agree. Who's the best wide receiver corp in the North? It's either us or Minnesota. It's hard not to lean Minnesota there, though. I feel like our depth is better. Yes, sir. I believe you were at practice. Levi didn't stand out. He put major work in, looks ripped. Well, that's the thing is I haven't seen Levi yet. Levi didn't practice today because it was a walkthrough. He didn't practice today before. I haven't noticed Levi yet. So I'm just waiting to see something. Man. And I'm not saying he can't. Like, I mean, I do truly believe he's going to thrive in this scheme, but he just hasn't been there yet. I just haven't seen him or taken note of him yet. So I guess he's recovering from something. I don't know what it is. But when I do see him, I'll let you know. And I'm gonna look for him. I'm gonna look for him now. Because it hit me today. I'm like, dude, where is Levi? He's not even at practice. I don't even see the guy. Iron Mountain, Michigan, north of Lambeau. Ooh, snap. Why does this keep falling? All right, let's get through a few more of these, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything that I really wanted to share. Talked about linebackers a little bit. He's excited about where the pass game is. He said Frank Ragnow hasn't missed a beat. We talked about yesterday how there was 2 good runs. He said that they started with the ones yesterday, and that's why, their offensive line came out much better. Because remember the day before, I was like, oh, back-to-back sacks to start. That's not good. Start off with 2 good runs. So you felt the difference. Yeah, I think we hit on pretty much everything there. Let's see. Let's get a few in here real quick. Oh, spammer for sure. All right, let's see what this is. I've never said Dan Campbell the most passionate coach. Someone is trolling me. I love MCDC. Isn't our most passionate coach. Someone's trolling me. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't remember what you said, but you're right. You're right, man. Dan Campbell is because I think you said in the last decade, and he was like, nah, man, he's ever. So I think he's just adding on to what you were saying. But absolutely, Crosby's tripping. Do Houston try to get Jimmy G? Nah. Houston don't make sense for Jimmy G. I don't think they want to deal with that. Dude, I don't know where the heck Jimmy G goes. I don't know if anybody really wants him. But I have read today, I don't know if it's true, that Cleveland was in the market for a quarterback because they're thinking they're not going to have Deshaun this year because, the NFL appealed that. So maybe they're in play. I don't know if that makes a ton of sense for him, but maybe they're in play. Was Hutchinson's mom there? I think she might have been there. Yes. Nah, she might have been there yesterday. But I don't know. I don't know what his mom looks like. I wouldn't be able to point her out, so I'd have to see a picture of her. But I'm pretty sure his dad was there. Someone was telling me his dad was there, and I didn't realize that we were sitting right next to the guy. He was huge though, so I'm like, okay. I mean, that makes sense that would be his dad. Appreciate you, Royal Kush. Texans to me are 1 year away. Yeah. I mean, I like what they're doing. It just feels like a slow burn, man. It's gonna take a minute. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I agree. Not fragile. Stoked with this running back room. Hey, we got the easy pointing them out, man. We got to say congrats to Craig Reynolds' dad. That was cool. Man. Established veterans that aren't too old. You know what? That's facts, bro. Hey, I could not handle that, man. And I get it. But after the first time, I was like, all right, I'm done with this. Yo, after the first time, who was it? It was it Blunt? Like, all right, we're done with this. Let's stop bringing these. Then we brought in Anderson. It's like, all right, this ain't working, man. And we was like, man, we're giving them so many darn carries. I get why they did it, but yeah, it's nicer to have this. It's nicer to have the situation that we have. He's legit number 2 in his own right, man. He was good last year. It's just limited carries. I don't see him making the team, but I may have been sitting next to Hutch's mom. I don't know, man. I mean, I probably was. I've probably been next to a lot of people that I just didn't know who they were. Who's your gut feeling? Who's going to be offensive play calls? I think it's definitely Ben Johnson. By the way, I did notice that Ben Johnson's command of the offense seems to be legit. Dan Campbell's always around, but there was one play where they were going walkthroughs, right? And you want these to be really good. I mean, you got to take that command, and you felt that where Matt Nelson jumped a false start. He did a false start, and they're just doing walkthroughs. And you could hear him like he just lost it for a second. He was like, man, like restart the drill. I was like, oh, that's Ben Johnson. They went right back to it. So I think it will be him. There is a legitimate command. Him and Goff are always together. And I didn't realize, I went back and watched some old games from last year. If you just watch the reactions to Ben Johnson on the sideline to like every single passing play, you could feel like the impact that he had over that and how engaged he was. Like anytime someone was wrong, he's like, oh, he's the guy that had the worst reactions. He kind of saw everything before everybody else did. I think he'll be the play caller. I think he'll be that guy to me. He'll be that guy. I was gonna say something else. I completely forgot what it was. I don't remember. If it comes back, 2.0 still your Instagram or no, that's still my Instagram. And if I missed your message, feel free to send messages on Instagram, anybody. But if I miss, I will get to them. I've been trying to get through them because I know I missed a lot. He's trying to tap in. Oh, snap! All right. Lions go 1-16 this year. Golf goes down week 2. Okay. Anyway, that Crosby thing don't match. Or AG sounds like sour grapes to me. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. It is. And you know what? And I think that's what it was, though. I mean, he was drafted by the last regime. He was in that situation. He kind of felt like how it was, and to me, it was probably a bad line of communication between the two, and he felt like he was treated wrongly. And you know what? Lack of communication can lead to stuff like that happening. And I think that's what happened. If you could choose what one game Lions win, ooh, I'm thinking week 1, man. I mean, great. I'll go week 1. I like to get off to that kind of start. One life, one chance. Game 1. Yes, exactly. Yeah, week 1. Let's just get it going. So what's the scoop on Aiden? Aiden's mom being there or not? I see you skipping over my question. I don't know if she was there, man. I really don't know. I'm not saying I don't know. Like, look, I don't know what family members look like for the most part. I know a couple of players, like, and sometimes they look like them, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm assuming they're related, but I have no idea for the most part. Like I said, I guess I was next to Hutchinson's dad. I think it was his dad, maybe not. One dude was wearing a Hutchinson jersey, so I'm assuming he was just a relative, Michigan one. But I didn't know that's who that was. And then they were like, oh, yeah, that was Hutchinson's dad. He's right next to him. Like, bro, what? Levi's a bus, no motor. Okay. Hold up. I missed something here. I missed something. What's up, John? What happened to the wide receiver and DB? One standout corners. Wide receiver and DB, one standout. Any standout corners. So they didn't do that today. But from what I've seen so far, the standout corners have been Amani, Chase Lucas, Savion Smith. Those are the 3 that I would say have stood out so far. Savion just because how unique he plays, how he accepts the challenge at the line. Those are the 3 guys that have stood out to me consistently. I think the Levi thing is gonna be very interesting because I think it's a legitimate question. I have to really go back to say that it's a legitimate question because that was something coming out, and I don't know if you would account it to necessarily motor or you would count it to, how would I put it, like stamina. You know, like throughout a game, that was an issue coming out of Washington too. And I don't blame him hugely last year because I do understand that everybody on D-line struggled and it did not really fit his skill set. But I also understand why he liked him, even with knowing that, because his first step is just, it's unmatched. His ridiculous first step. The explosiveness is, it's not normal for a guy at that size. So I understand why he's intrigued because it was a very big foundation built off. But if he does end up having no motor, then yeah, you're going to have an issue. You're going to have an issue. But as my man said earlier, he's jacked. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing him back out there because, like they said, man, he needs to get on the squat rack. He needs to be able to handle it a little bit better. He needs to build up a little foundation. Have some faith in Jared. We can make a run. You don't need them to win. And you know, hey, y'all know, man. Y'all know. I believe Jared's the guy, so we'll see how it plays out. But I'd like Darnold as backup. Ooh, hey, man, he might be a starter, man. Or a backup. He might end up being a backup. Best channel. Hit like and subscribe. Appreciate your royal cut. Shout out to everybody that's donated. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now, man. The turnout's outstanding. We're heading towards 10 p.m. in Eastern time zone. And I appreciate the love. Honest win-loss prediction. Man, it's early, so I'm going to change this for sure. But I'd say, yeah, I'm sitting 9-8, 10-7 range. I'm probably more likely 10-7 because I think we're a wild card team. And that it might take that this year. Oh, what's up, Brad? Yeah, Brad in the building. One life, one chance. Sorry about the comment. Oh, did I miss something? You'd say the same. Oh, he said 1-16. Man, hey, man, don't bring that negative energy, man. I mean, even if you believe it, you ain't got to say, like, come on, man. And don't predict injuries. Come on, man. We don't need that bum anyways. He was lucky we gave him an NFL roster spot. Jeez, man. Okay. Okay. Man, I am way behind. Thanksgiving Day Bills win would be huge. Hey, he already said that's coming, so I don't need that one guaranteed. Brad Holmes already said it's happening. Dose at Ford Field. They need the dose of Deion snacking to stash of goldfish and chocolate milk. And make that cheeses and chocolate milk, and now we on to something. Anyone got Chippy? Yes. The last one was St. Brown and Will. I'm serious. He gave him one of these moves. All right, they were in each other's face yelling, and you saw St. Brown give him like a dodge back, like as if Will was gonna swing or something. I'm like, and they kind of like smacked each other in like the helmet, and then you saw St. Brown kind of like hop back. I thought he was gonna swing at him, and it died off quickly. They got into it. There was another one too. The blocking drills did. Jamal and Alex didn't get into it. Craig and who was I don't remember who the linebacker was. That was in my notes. But they got after it to the point where it wasn't like they were fighting, but it went way after the whistle was blown, and they probably kept going for another 15 seconds. And the coach was cheering it on. They were just just battling, man. He was just holding on to him. So that happened. Was there? I don't think there's been any like. There hasn't been like a fight yet. But no, there's been chippiness, and like I said, St. Brown, bro, he brings it. Like when he spiked it, whoever he jumped over, which I think was Price, may have been Walker. I think it was Price though. When he spiked the ball, Price didn't really say anything back. But St. Brown brings that energy, man. He's coming after it. He just has that look in his eye all the time. What up with the Lions wide receiver they got from that Pro Football League? Yeah, USFL. So I said at the beginning, man, he's an excellent returner. I'm curious to see where it is because there's something that they, with a guy with that little production, with a guy that's been out for that long, there's something that they like within him. But I think the return game is probably a big part of that. It just seems like it has to be, man. The statistics that he's put up, and even back in college, he put up good statistics when he did work as a kick returner and punt returner. I think, I have him here. Like as a punt returner in 2018, he averaged 14.6 yards per punt return. In 2019, he averaged 18.7. He didn't really kick return, but in USFL, he averaged 31.5 yards per kick return and 12.6 yards per punt return. So I would say that ability is something there. Jeff didn't break up a pass. I haven't really noticed any breakups by Jeff. I've noticed him get to the ball at the same time as the receiver. I don't know if I've seen him break up like cleanly any passes yet. Maybe one on the first day I went there. I'm trying to think. He may have broken up one the first day. I don't remember though. I don't remember any like. He seems to be pretty balanced in coverage side. Like he's not getting burnt. Lions 5 home, 5 away before 11th game on Turkey Day with week 6 bye. I'm thinking they go 5 into Thanksgiving and who knows down the stretch. Yeah, no, I mean I agree with that because I think 5-5 would be solid. It's not great, but it's okay because I think we have a stretch there where we rack up some wins. East Coast to Best Coast red. Okuda is being the typical former OSU player, absolute garbage bust. I ain't putting him into that. I think Okuda is going to be outstanding this season, but he needs to show it, man. We're going live tomorrow. Possibly. I'll have to see, man. I'll have to see how the training stuff plays out. But if I don't end up going to camp tomorrow, we should be able to make that happen. That's what Michael Pierce said about Travis Jones. I remember you saying you hadn't heard anything about him yet. Baltimore mentioned I really wanted him. Wait, what did he say? Did I miss? Oh, did you put a link? If you put a link, it won't show. Oh, no, you did. I don't know if you guys have been seeing how Travis been playing. That's the one. Dude is 6'5", about as big as I am. He can move like really fluidly. Went in the 3rd round. He went 3rd round? Yeah, he was probably second best DT. I think he was second best DT, man, behind Jordan Davis. And Jordan Davis is different. Like he's a different type. Let's see. Or nose, I should say. Yeah, no, Amon Ra is feisty, man. He is. Brad, be ready tomorrow. I don't want to Chris Jones him, but he's got some kind of similar moves. He's just a special kid, man. I like that. You know what else is special is a guy named Aiden Hutchinson, man. Gosh, man. He is just ridiculous. But look at this, man. I'm telling you, and I don't know if anybody else is putting this out there. John Kaminsky, remember the name, write it down, get a tattoo of it. Don't do that. Please don't do that. But John Kaminsky. Remember the name, man. He flashes all the time. All the time. He is a different breed, man. He stands out. He's big. He's huge. He's agile. He's good with his hands. John Kaminsky. I forgot his name, but he caught everything. Hey, it may have been a Lions wide receiver. Hold up. We're going 12-5. Ooh, who's that? Preseason. Oh, I forgot preseason's tomorrow. Yes, sir. Committee? Oh, man, committee. Come on, man. What? Good to have you back in the chat, man. It's good to see you. Let's go. Ooh, I see you with the roll. Okay, with that line. Ooh. Am I going Pro Bowl this year? Okay, I see what you did there. Jumanji Kaminsky. We might have to roll with that. Jumanji. Look at that. See, I try to get hype and now I can't English. Am I going Pro Bowl this year? Amani is looking good, man. I still feel like he's limited in spots, but I do you know what? He's been doing well, you know, and the Lions know how to use him. They do. So you know what? You can make it work, man. You can make it work. He needs to perfect what he's good at, though. He needs to become better at what he's good at, understanding that there are things that he won't do very well. He just needs to keep going on what he's good at and just be that. And just be that guy. Just be that change the pace guy. Who sat on most practice that you didn't expect? It's probably John Kaminsky, but aside from him, didn't expect. Shane Zylstra. I've liked Shane Zylstra. Chris Board. I've really liked Chris Board so far. And I didn't know what to expect with him. I really liked him. And he seems to be linebacker 3. Chris Board. I kind of anticipated Jamar was going to be a dog. Who else? I think Khalil Pimpleton's been pretty impressive to me. But Chris Board may be that dude. I mean, he's yeah. Yeah, it makes me want to go pull up some Baltimore stuff and be like, all right, what's this guy really about? What's he really about, man? Malcolm been balling. And that's the thing, too. Like, I feel like with Malcolm, man, it's like the things that he does well, other linebackers that we have really don't, aside from a little bit of Alex. So it makes him stand out amongst everybody else because, for example, if he's, blowing up run plays in the backfield and you're seeing the same thing from Chris Board and Jared Davis, then you're not like, oh, look, he's doing different things that other guys aren't doing. And I just think it's like the archetype linebacker that he is, man. He's just different. So, yeah, it's just a matter of time, man. The big thing this year is staying healthy. Last year, I agree with that. Because we have lost a lot of our top key pieces, which is one thing to lose guys. It's another thing to lose your guys, like the Deckers, like last year Trey Flowers and Romeo Okwara, a little bit of Jared Goff. Like, you can't lose your Jeff Okudah. Like, you can't lose your top guys. But I will say, for the last 3 or 4 years, I think we've talked a lot about the Lions being injured, and there needs to be some accountability taken, I think, to an extent. Obviously, you can't control them, but not only okay, we got to make sure guys get healthy, but that we have depth in place where things like this could happen and we can still recover. Because you can't, to an extent, like Baltimore, you just couldn't. But to an extent, you have to be able to somewhat be able to recover for losing certain guys and still be able to adjust and play off it. Your offense can't become completely different because you lose one offensive tackle. It can't completely change because you lost a couple receivers. Or really, it was, if you think about it, Perriman was cut. So legitimately, we only lost Tyrell and Cephas. You can't lose everything because of that, right? So I think because of the way that we build up depth and key positions, again, I'm still holding out a little bit on tackle. We'll see. Hey, you know, hopefully we can handle it a little bit better, man. Pro powder puff bowl. That game is stupid now. That game is whack. I couldn't. Watching that this year was terrible. It was awful. I'm gonna turn off the beat for a second. It is driving my head crazy right now. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off for just a second. I can't. Oh my goodness, man. That thing is driving my head crazy. What's the 53-man roster rule? Like, when do we have to cut down? Or I think it's just same as last year, if that's what you're with. JMO not playing till week 4. Pimpleton is making the team. Man, week 4, you're going week 4. I still can't put him on there, but I have liked him. That's the only thing, though. I don't think they're utilizing Pimpleton like it might be a little bit. You know what? They might be a little bit. I don't think it's the same way. I think Khalil is playing more similarly to probably what JMO is going to be in this offense. I think. Yeah. But I'm not counting him out. After what I've seen so far, I'm not counting him out. I definitely am higher on him than I was. Lions will have the best playbook at Madden 23. Should we pump the brakes on Malcolm? I'm too excited about him. I'm not going to, because I kind of we were excited when we got him. But I'm also not putting him in to me, he hasn't been the most impressive player throughout camp. I wouldn't say that. I'm not saying that. So he wouldn't stand out to me there. It's not like every rep he's done, it's like he's dominating every single play. Like, I haven't seen that within him. But he's flashed. And he's flashed in areas that he was known to be good at coming out of college. So if you're doing that, you're getting first team reps. He has been impressive in camp. But has he been by far away the best player in camp? To me, no. So I think that's kind of where my head's at. But at the same time, I also had an expectation, as Rad and a lot of you guys did, that he was going to be legit. And at some point, we were going to see him as a starter. So my expectation wasn't like floor special teams. That's all he's going to be. And now I'm like shocked. You know, I'm just kind of anticipating that eventually he's going to be in there. You going to Family Fest? That's the plan, man. I think I am because I don't know if I'm going to get to go the next 2 days, because one season ticket and tomorrow may get rained out. Love these streams. They keep you thinking about what's possible with this team. Absolutely, JT. Appreciate you coming in. All I know is Pascal better show when he comes back after them passing on Jones. Oh, that's true, right? Because they took him, you said, at 41. When did we take Pascal? We took him right after Ojabo? Wait. Hold up. Sounds right. I get what you're saying, though. The only thing with him is, I get what you're saying. You take the best player. I'm not exactly sure, though, what the role would have been. Like, what the role would have been for Travis Jones. You know, I'm not sure what, like, on paper, I can understand why they didn't necessarily look that way. Now, if Aleem's, and now that we don't have Penasini, it makes even more sense. But without having him, with having those guys, like, I don't know where necessarily they had the idea of where he would fit. And you do want to impact guys. I think they have more of a vision, as me and Rad discussed in our last stream with Pascal. But I'm with you, man. Travis Jones, he was a problem coming out, and he was good at the Senior Bowl too. The hype is legit. I agree. I hope the Lions allow JMO to heal after Thanksgiving. Oof. All right. See, I don't want to put a date on it, because I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't know. I mean, it may not be necessary to hold him out that long. And I'm with letting him recover. Don't bring him back early. And I don't think the Lions will. I don't think they'll force him back. They shouldn't have to. That's why we need to see if he's healthy. But man, like, hey, when he's ready, let's get this boy back. He gonna change our offense. Let's get him out there, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he's ready, let's go. I ain't holding him out extra weeks just to be cautious when he's ready. Like, let's get it going. So if you're ready week 4, let's get it going. Because we all, like, and I get what you're saying. We know that he's going to also have to take in this offense and learn the offense and build chemistry. The optimistic side is how fast he did that with Josh Reynolds. The flip, though, is that Josh Reynolds already played with him. So it's kind of like, okay, but he already played with him. And this guy hasn't. Chase Lucas being a first-team rep slot. You think he could start there game one? No. I think AJ Parker is the number one. Ward, come on, man. Hey, give it. I think Ward. No, not Ward. I think AJ starts game one. I think Chase Lucas will end up being the backup slot. But I have been impressed with Lucas, and he is getting work at slot. I just don't see the Lions putting him above AJ. Plus, AJ Parker is taking some very legitimate special teams reps too. So maybe that could put him into it. I can't see it by week one. Chase Lucas is one of the guys that's brought up most impressive. He's been very impressive. Chase Lucas is smart, man. He just looks so comfortable. You already see it. The communication he has pre-snap, the comfortability they have passing off routes in the red zone. Pascal went 46. Jones. Oh, okay. Yeah, you just said he went round 3. I don't know why 41 was stuck in my head. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that. Who surprised you in practice that you didn't expect? Okay, I think I just answered that. I think I did. Oh, yeah, Vin Scully died yesterday. I mean, he was 94. And he ain't a vampire like Tom Brady. All right. This is a passing league. Secondary right. How is Kirby looking? Kurt, from what I've seen, he hasn't stood out to me in like individual drills, but I can just tell you by where they're repping him alone. Again, today he walked through with some first team. Now, I don't think he's there. I think he's second team, and he just got reps to walk through. So I think he's slowly working his way up. He's been working a lot with Brady Breeze, which is awesome. And to your point, I agree. But to also what Aaron Glenn has said, we were garbage at stopping the run last year. Embarrassingly bad, to the point where teams it was like they were making fun of us running the football. Like, oh, hey, we're going to run on first down and second down and third down, like more than anybody. So, okay, this is not good. So hopefully we fix that. But you're right. And we'll see if we see a shift eventually, because I think eventually we'll see a slight shift, but probably not to a crazy extent where it completely changes. When they do practice in Indy, I think it's the week before that game. So I think it's like the middle of that week when they was like August 17th or something. I don't know, that date's probably wrong. But that week, who was the signing yesterday? Yesterday we signed wait, I think 2 days ago it was Justin Jackson. Yeah, because was that yesterday? No, it was 2 days ago. Justin Jackson, running back, was their signing. Today was Maurice Alexander. I think if he started safety. That's a good question. No, I don't think he does. I could see that's a guy to watch out for too if he starts to work in some of these nickel sets and sub packages. But I think Elliott and T-Walk will start. They seem to be kind of like just tied together. Like these guys are on a string. They're going to be together. This is what it is. Aaron Glenn likes them together, so that just is what it is. But if he has been working his way up slowly, out of Spammer Virus came out. JMO will start the year on the pup. Oh, came out. Okay. There you go. So that opens up a roster spot, though. So I'm okay with that. Now, who is it? Just let Jamar make the team. Come on, man. I'm out. Keep an eye on the Evan Brown thing. Yes, I will. It's a good look. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna put it in my notes because this is what I usually use. It's something I do want to check out, though. Brown at guard. My man said, what did he say? Deshaun Elliott. Yeah, I think that's been Deshaun Elliott's worst area so far is coverage. Personally. Not say it's terrible. I just think it's been his worst area. I think he's looked better in the other aspects. But I do think Tracy Walker has been much better in coverage. You work on their footwork. Yeah. They did. I think I saw that article post too. They what they would do is like after like a drill, they would like stand back. And that's the thing. They've been tied at the hip. They've been doing everything together. And they were just kind of like walking and mimicking. And he was kind of showing them what he's doing. They're just talking. But I do think that Tracy Walker's been very good in coverage. And Deshaun has some issues. But But it doesn't seem to be like a. That's something I'm concerned with. He's never. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be like someone that's just gets picked on. What's up, Dose? Best Lions type team I ever seen. Bigger than Barry Sanders. Oh snap. Okay, Jason. Jason buying in. I like that. Anyone take the green dot from Alexander Zaloni? Nah, man. Nah. Now, with that said, I think Barnes will be the Mike to start the year. But the green dot to me is going to stick with Alex. He's the leader of that defense. But watch for Borden and Malcolm, man. I think that could be the 4-man rotation that he's talking about. And then it just comes down to they keep 5. Because to me, I think the 4-man rotation right now is Barnes, Alex, Board, and then it's like, okay, do they go with Sean Dion Hamilton? I think they end up probably mixing in the rookie there eventually. What is the one cut you expect that will surprise many? Hey, get out of that, dude. Get out of that, dude. The one cut? That's tough. Trying to think if there's like a guy that I'm like, yeah. I'm curious to see where Godwin goes, but I hope not because I do like Godwin. Godwin's going to be interesting. Let me come back to that one. Bring that question up again if I don't. Night, man. Got to sleep for tomorrow. Yeah, man. We're going to wrap this thing up soon. I know I got to sleep too. Want to see that speed? Woo, hey. How does Okuda look? Just tuned in. Shout out to Scott. What's up, Scott? No, and I'm going to keep watching for him, man. But I think he's past the eye test, man, and just movement, man. I think all the clips that we're seeing athletically, he looks fine to me. But he hasn't made like big time plays at this point. There's no standout plays that I've seen. Now, he looks pretty fluid in coverage. Still, I would say he looks his explosiveness doesn't seem to be standing out. But it doesn't seem to be be an issue either. So I want to see how that continues to kind of develop. But slowly we're seeing Okuda, I think, take over again the number one corner, or not number one, but top outside corner over Will Harris. I think it's slowly kind of happening. I don't know how Romeo's taken, man. I don't know. I think we got a timeline on that. Every highlight you see is Okuda getting beat. Every highlight you see getting beat. You probably saw the Josh Reynolds one. You probably saw that one. And that's the thing, man. Like, that's what I said there earlier in this thing. Like, the things that he needs to work on, man, are these little aspects of his game that may be something that takes a little time because he just, he's recovering. So I was really looking for what he was athletically, but with time through the preseason, I think he's going to be fine. I'm banking on Aubrey Pleasant and their ability to develop this guy because he's always had like little things that have showed up as issues, but he is so gifted, man. And there's so much that he can do well and then still give up a play. So he's gotten beat sometimes on some drags, some crossers. He's also blown up some plays from what I've seen underneath. He definitely, he still likes to hit. The Josh Reynolds one was tough. That was a good throw, good connection between those two. But that's still the area stick out to me is the catch point where he needs to improve. Malcolm in the middle, I like that. I like what you did there, Chris. I see you. What are you talking? Who wins, Swift or St. Brown? Who wins in what? Oh, who is faster? Okay. I think Swift wins that. I think Swift looks hey, Swift is more, I think, quick and explosive than anything, but hey, Swift can move now. I'm gonna go Swift. Had they figured out what to do with Julian? Linebacker DN. Yeah, he's a little bit of a hybrid, man. He's like a defensive end. He's sometimes stand up, sometimes hand the dirt. He's a wide end in sub package, pass rush downs. In base packages, he will play, and they seem to be flexing it around a little bit, but he will play Sam linebacker, like an edge. And sometimes they'll put him, usually that's where they put him when he's on the field. And if they do that, they put Charles Harris opposite of him. But that seems to be his role. Yeah, that's kind of what he is, if that makes sense. Noah round one, man, I'm telling you, Sewell reunion. It's been a long time. Elmo, what's going on, man? See with the logo, that is a throwback. That's a classic. Godwin fumbled too much. He did last year. That's facts. That's facts. But again, I gotta pump the brakes a little bit because I do understand it's his first time, really doing this, and he knows he's got to get better there. I mean, everybody's got areas to work on, but I can't deny how explosive and how much of a big time threat he was, how legitimate he could be in the pass game, even though his form looked kind of odd when he didn't fumble. Jackson State, he's been getting a lot of talk from the coaching staff as well. He is, and I think Dan Campbell said it best, man. You got to find a niche for him, but athletically, you can see it. I mean, you see it immediately. The burst that he has upfield, the fluidity and change of direction is so darn smooth. But right now, he seems to be very much so limited to your pass rushing edge. That's what he is. So beyond that, we'll see. That's kind of what he is right now. But he's like, man, we got him on their team because this is a full-on development pick. Denver is also a 3rd and 5th. Would you trade Cephas to get a draft pick and give a chance to shine? Wait, if Denver offers a 3rd and 5th round pick, ooh. So we trade away Cephas, we'd have Josh, Chark. I mean, I don't want to say no because that's like a really good offer, and I feel like the Lions would probably take a 3rd and a 5th. But I don't want to trade away Cephas. And I get what you're saying, chance to shine because of no Tim Patrick. But I think we really need him. Knowing that Jamo's probably not going to be ready early. My man said he already knows that week 4. So we need guys that are gonna back up. And I don't want to get rid of Cephas. But yeah, he may not have the same upside here. And I think a 3rd and 5th, the Lions would probably take that. See, the plan is to go to training camp, but if it rains out, I'm not going to head up there because they're not going to let us see practice. But that is the plan, Mark. Great work as always. Do you think the Lions' healthy Cephas forces his way on the roster? And can he say, do you think a healthy Cephas forces his way on the roster? And can he stay there after Jamo's back? Yeah, no, I do. I think Cephas makes the roster. I think if Cephas is making the roster right now, I'd lock him as the roster spot. No question. I think Cephas is on the roster. Now, the playing time will be something that we'll have to see because I think right now above him without Jamo is clearly Josh Reynolds and DJ Chark and maybe even a little bit of Khalil. But I think he's a lock to make the team, regardless if Jameson is healthy or not. If Jameson is ready to go and he was against the roster week 1, I think he'd still make the team. Yeah, we still live. We about to wrap this thing up, though. It's easy. Noah Sewell. What's up, Scott? Give Noah a tryout. What, hey, Neppy? Are you talking about tryout? Day 1 starter. Wait, who are you talking about? USFL. Okay, was on earlier. You were still going live. Yeah, we got to wrap this thing up, man. I'm sorry. This is what happens when I go by myself, man. I can't ever end the thing. I'm doing fantasy this year. That's the plan, man. We'll see where I go through though, because we may have a different setup this year. I've been in talks with some people, so we'll see what that looks like. But yes, how good is Ben Johnson? Upper scoring, yes, no question. Statistically speaking, last year we didn't. I mean, our numbers were good, and they were not good. They were okay. They got better a little bit. But absolutely will up our scoring. I'm a fan of Ben Johnson, man. Like I said, I think he'll be a play caller. I think you see the energy that he brings. You see the command he has over the offense. You see the influence that he has with Goff and how they're kind of just always around each other all the time. So I'm a fan of Ben Johnson, man. I'm a big fan of Ben Johnson. From what I've seen on the film so far, Goff needs Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson needs the Lions to give his first shot. And Ben Johnson is probably going to be a guy that we're talking about, along with John Morton's name's going to start to pop up. I believe that. But Ben Johnson, the film you watched last season was outstanding. What up, E-Fog? Does Houston have a shot to make the roster? Yes, man. Just because of what Dan said today, man, I don't think they want to cut him because I don't think they think they're going to get him back. They drafted him around 6. So I think he's making the team, man. My man with the super sticker. I appreciate you, man. I wish I could see your sticker, but I appreciate you. Let's get one in here. Let's get one last in here. All the love, man. I appreciate everybody in.
You're tripping.
That. There we go. Oh gosh. Okay, where are we at? Let's get the final thoughts in here. MCC's are good things. Who's wide receiver we signed not long ago? Just today, Maurice Alexander. I hit on it kind of in the beginning of the video, but Maurice Alexander, USFL from the Philadelphia Stars and the Florida International. That's what it's called. Yeah. Former quarterback, big time returner. Reynolds. Yeah, Reynolds making the team. If that's what you're asking, yeah, you making the team. Reynolds is gonna be a top outside receiver if Jameson's not there. Great show. Appreciate you, Derek. Sewell's brother. Does the running back we signed make the team? No, I don't think he makes the team. I don't think he does. I just don't think he'll get the opportunities to. Now, he will in preseason, so if he shines there, maybe. But I think Jamar's been so good to this point. To what I've seen so far, I think Jamar's been good enough where Jamar will be in. I think Craig's a lock. They seems to be their third running back. Jamal, I think, is in. Obviously, Swift is in. Kabinda's going to probably be in. Now, that depends. Kabinda, we haven't seen him yet. So if Kabinda's on a list, then maybe. But they'll probably just keep a guy like Garrett Griffin. And I don't think they're going to keep 5 running backs because the fifth one to me would be Godwin. But now he's got some competition. So maybe if they go 5, he could take Godwin. Maybe he could beat out Godwin, but I think our 4 are in. But he is interesting, and I got to pull up the film because I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen enough of his film yet. I have to really go and watch it. Gotta get the time to do it, man. Okay. Imagine how much better Barry Sanders this whole line. yeah. Hey, we've been talking about that a lot at camp, man. We just got to get it together. Never eat spinach with a stranger. All right, that was weird. So I'm not sure what that means, but okay. Tell a joke. No, that was the joke. Okay. All right. Now y'all ain't put me on the spot for the joke. I ain't got it tonight. I'll come back with one. I ain't got it tonight. Nah, I ain't got it tonight, man. We tried this in the past and they've come out terrible. Final thoughts. Noah Sewell's a Detroit Lion. Would the Lions be a top 16 defense? Oh, those questions are so tough. In terms of yards, man, I'm gonna say yeah, man. We're optimistic right now. I'm gonna say yeah. I think we'll have enough negative plays. We'll be physical enough on a short yard situation. But to me, that'll come down to run defense because I know that goes by total yards. Was it hot out there today? Yes, on the west side. Yes, the west side. It was hot. It was hot. Yes, you're right. It was definitely hot. Were you on the opposite side? It was hot. I mean, it was but it ended early. So that side just gets hot in general, bro. You sit on them bleachers and it's just like, okay, start to cook. Who would be the best in coverage out of the corners? I'm going from what I've seen so far. I'm saying Amani, but what I've in camp, but what I've seen in the film, I would say Jerry Jacobs. But what I project is it's going to be Jeff Okudah. So I know that's a lot. All right, we got get some rest though, so you can hit it hard tomorrow. Yeah, man. That's the hope. But again, if it rains, I won't be there tomorrow. So we'll just see what happens. I know I just looked it up today and it said it would. So love the joke. Okay, I didn't get the joke at all, but I like it. All right, get some rest. Okay, apple a day keeps the doctor away. I see you. Onion a day keeps everyone away. Oh, I see you, Ken. All right, that's a good one. We can rock on that one. Kuda makes the team and plays best season. I agree. Why did the cheerleader chant get the quarterback rapidly? This is a joke. Night Owl. Wait, what? wait, that wasn't the joke. Chris, you changed your picture, man. Hold up. What? What? All right. Oh man. Hey, we working, man. We working. I love your content, bro. You can recommend every day on my TV, YouTube app, and now subscribe. Appreciate you, Nader2153. Why up with Godwin? You know what? So I'm gonna keep it out on Godwin. Y'all seem the majority of comments seem to want to know more about Okudah. So if I see Okudah, I will lock in on Okudah because I've already told you about how much I like Hutchinson. So Okudah, Evan Brown playing at guard. It seems like Godwin's got a couple of notes. Actually, you guys are looking for Justin Jackson. And I'll look for the new receiver, see what he does. Anything else specifically you guys want to see? How many linebackers? I think 5, but they may go 4 this year. I can see them going 4 just to open up another spot. I could see 4. And my 4 projection right now would be Malcolm. Hey, why you eating cardboard, bro? My 4 projection right now would be Malcolm, Board, Alex, Derek, and 5. I don't know. I think Sean Dion Hamilton is in a good spot, but I predicted Jared Davis, so I got to stick with that. See, I wasn't counting James Houston. I was talking off ball, but if we're talking, that type of linebacker, that's where it gets interesting because Julian and James, who's eating cardboard? The dog's eating cardboard, man. I mean, that's crazy, bro. It's cardboard. Is that the Beagle? Yep. How's Gilbert doing? Wait, did I say that? Oh man, yeah, that's the dog. That's not her name, but I may have just said Gilbert. Yeah, that's the Beagle, man. She laying right here eating cardboard. That's crazy. Send the pup some love. Absolutely. And she bit me. No, I'm playing. Imagine. All right, tell Penny Sewell to tell Brad Holmes if he doesn't draft Noah, line against. All right, man. Hey, it seems like you guys like the live stream, so we may do another one of these. I'll be looking up for those things in practice. Hey, stay locked on the Twitter, man. I know we post a lot of stuff on there, but I really do, man. I appreciate the support. I know the videos come out later than I intended them to, and I know I haven't had as much of the overlays when I post them recently, but that is I've been trying to get them out faster because I have like another thing that I have to get onto, so I can't like put as many pictures and stuff in there. If it gets rained out, then stream. That may be a possibility, man, especially if Rad wants to go. We may just stream it and react to it. I mean, why not? So, honestly, I'm not mad if it does because what I'll probably do is I'll probably just sleep in a little bit longer than what I have been because it's ridiculous, man. I'm like, hey, some people do this, but waking up at 5 is not normal for me, man. Not every day. So, I'll probably get some of my training done, and then what I'll do is I'll see what notes we get from training camp if I can't go, and then we may come back and stream at night. So, we'll see. Either way, it's gonna be a good day tomorrow. And I do appreciate everybody in here, all the super chats. I mean, seriously, appreciate you guys. Anybody that said what's up at camp, if you guys do end up seeing me, say what's up, man. I don't know. I'm excited the season's back. I really am. But when you get that kind of love at training camp and things like that, man, it's crazy. And to go on here to stream for 2.5 hours and get the love is outstanding. So, no, I do appreciate it, man. And look at Eli. Come on, man. Eli Shoemaker, come on, man. Hey, my bad. I missed my guy earlier. I don't know if you're still in the chat. You said you were the brother of Eli. I appreciate you, man. I must admit, I read that, but for some reason I didn't say it. Appreciate you. Hey, let's get one more. Let's get more birthday cakes in the chat for my guy, Eli. We already got the birthday cakes. June was already hitting us up, man. Eli, thank you, man. Let's do it, man. Let's wrap this thing up. How tall am I? See, look, that's the thing. People are like, man, you're way taller than I thought. I'm not that tall, man. I think I'm like 5'11". I think I'm 5'11". I mean, I think it's like slightly above average height. But what you think? I'm like 5'4", man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, bro, I'm sitting, man. I ain't standing doing these videos. You think I'm standing up in front of this? Come on now. I ain't that tall though. Nah. See, King makes me look short. King, if you got everything, King is tall. I stand next to him, man. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah. That dude makes me look short. I think Micro Mike makes me look a little bit taller. Easy makes me look a little bit taller, but everything King makes me look super short. Where's that video of me dunking? It's somewhere on YouTube. I don't even know what it's called, man. It's somewhere on there. I got a couple of them. Actually, it used to be my background. My background used to be me dunking. Oh gosh, y'all are taking me back, man. See, Micro Mike guys tell him. I will tell him that. Who said that? Derek? Okay. I'll let him know. He's got something rolling though with that. Everybody's been saying that. you got something started with that. Oh my gosh, I got so many pictures, man. This is just, and they're all Lions pictures, bro. This is ridiculous. These are last year's training camp. No, this is 2 years ago training camp. Oh my goodness. Crazy. We're supposed to have a dunk contest. All right, man. We gonna wrap this thing up. Everything King is tall. He's a tall man. And yeah, if you go Saturday or if you're at training camp, message me on Twitter, tag me or something. And if you want to say what's up, and we can meet up. So, but I do plan to be there Saturday if I'm not able to. If I don't go tomorrow, And again, if you are worried about the weather tomorrow and you're planning on going, make sure you just check Twitter, check the Lions feed. Last year they were putting it up there and let everybody know. All right, let's wrap this thing up, man. We out. Where's the thing? Oh, there it is.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.